Would it be trouble if they knew? I'm trying hard to make you see. All that you are is all that I need. I know that it's a secret and that I gotta keep it, but I want the lights on, yeah, I want the lights on. And I don't wanna run away anymore. Leave the lights on, leave the lights on. I know that it's a secret and that I gotta keep it, but I want the lights on, yeah, I want the lights on. And I don't wanna run away anymore. Leave the lights on, leave the lights on. I know that it's a secret and that I gotta keep it, but I want the lights on, yeah, I want the lights on. And I don't wanna run away anymore. Leave the lights on, leave the lights on. I know that it's a secret and that I gotta keep it, but I want the lights on, yeah, I want the lights on. And I don't wanna run away anymore. Leave the lights on, leave the lights on, leave the lights on.
close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Motive Racing. We are now in our final few weeks of our championships. We are live here at Silverstone National for the final round of our SilentxEnergy Clio Cup Championship. My name is Dan Davis, also known as Unorthodox, and joining me in the commentary box for the Tier 2 Clios is none other than Green Pies, also known as Killian. How are you doing tonight, mate?
I am doing good. I hope that this is not the last race that we have SilentxEnergy, because I love plugging them.
You have been an absolute pro at it, I have to give you that, my friend. But we will definitely have them sponsoring in the near future, definitely, especially in these Clios. It's been great having them as a partnership, and if you guys still haven't ordered your SilentxEnergy, then please go and do so. Have a look at their website, have a look at all their flavours and options. But we are here, mate. We're on the final round, the final chance for these guys to take the title. The Tier 2 title is still up for grabs between two drivers. The man we're currently watching right now, Kurt V23, currently leads the championship with 214 points, and his only championship rival is this man, AmazingPieBoy. He is on 197 points, which is 17-point gap. So it's all still to play for in these Tier 2s, Green Pies.
Yeah, AmazingPieBoy. He's not won a race, but he's just been so consistent that he's currently in second place.
Yeah, definitely so. And I was just having a look at the standings. I actually have got the standings here. PieBoy's lowest position has been 4th all season. So the first 2 rounds he was in 4th place. Then at Sugo he was 3rd. And then from Willow Springs all the way up to Alton Park he has been 2nd every single time. So
that is consistency. That is pure consistency.
That is consistency, and that's what's put him into this championship hunt. Cobb, sadly, is no longer in for the championship, but he has been trying to find a little bit more pace here and there, and hopefully he will be a threat for when he goes up into Tier 1, as top 5, I believe, will be promoted up into Tier 1, and then obviously the Tier 1 bottom 5 will be demoted. But at the minute, Green Pies, AmazingPieBoy is the fastest man on track, and one thing that we do have to remember is the toe here is very, very important.
Yeah, AmazingPieBoy, he's going to want to stay on top as he goes just over half a tenth quicker. He's going to want to be the fastest man out on track all night here.
Yeah, definitely so. You want to make sure he stays ahead of Kurt. Now, I've quickly done the maths, and I have to roughly figured it out. But basically, if Pieboy wins tonight, all Kurt needs is a 6th place or higher. So he just needs to come within the top 6. He doesn't need to go out and win the race. He doesn't need to go and do any spectacular things. He just needs to finish within the top 6, and he is the Tier 2 Clio champion.
Yeah, AmazingPieBoy. He needs to win, and he needs to pray that Kurt, who's just gone ahead of him, has a worse race than him.
But anything can happen, can't it, Green Pies? We have watched these Clios all season, and anything and everything can happen in these cars. They're very close, compact races as well, so it's definitely still all up for grabs. Anything can happen. Half an hour race as well, so 30 minutes of racing here at Silverstone National, and what a place to finish. We always finish at a great location. Last season we finished at Monza Short, and again we had a tight, close season in that one, and here we are again at another high-speed circuit, and it's going to be down to the wire. But we still got a couple other guys here as well. We've got Kurt, like I said, obviously fighting for the championship. Falguest is here, returning to it. Penguin Dude, your friend there, Green Pies, he's one of our new stewards here at Motive Racing and doing a fantastic job, I gotta say. He's doing an awesome job of keeping up to date with all the rules and regulations, so big props to him, and he's not doing too bad here this evening, currently in 5th place at the minute.
Yeah, he was telling me that he did get, I believe, an hour of practice beforehand, which usually he doesn't get because of university and all that. But he says he's been getting some good lap times, so I hope to see him maybe top 5, and, you know, if I push it, hopefully he can get a podium if he's lucky.
Well, there you go, Penguin Dude, you've been told you need to get a podium. Another man to keep an eye on is N. Jones. He has been a little bit inconsistent this season. He's been really pushing to get on tops of these Clios, but he had a good start to the season. It's gone a little bit downhill since, so N. Jones is the man to keep an eye on. XmecOnline is, as I've learnt, as I've been saying it wrong all season long.
Yeah,
XmecOnline
we all have.
He is currently in 7th place and constantly here doing it for the support of the Clios. McGlenn as well here in 8th place. We got Klaus Martini, DJ Phil in the house, Leon Fernie, Chocolate Man. I think is probably one of my personal favourite names of the of all the drivers is Chocolate Man, and Grandad Steve. Grandad Steve as well is here as well. Got a little bit of ghosting there. It's obviously these drivers can't see one another because Grandad has just got back into the lobby. But still, at the minute, Green Pies, Cobb is the fastest man out on circuit and has lost his opportunity to win the title. And now he suddenly finds this speed. As I say that, the AmazingPieBoy crosses the line and he's only 14,000 off behind Cobb.
Yeah, Cobb is going to be more of a threat to AmazingPieBoy than Kurt, because if Cobb wins and AmazingPieBoy comes second, Kurt only needs to come in the top 12, doesn't he? If your maths is correct.
If my maths is correct, I will probably double check that in a minute, but will be less. It'll be 5 points less. So
and there's only 13 drivers on the grid.
I think he'd have to come in the top 9 to definitely secure. Top 8 to definitely secure that championship. So Pieboy literally needs to go out and win the race and put Kurt under as much pressure as he possibly can. But at the minute, Kurt is currently qualifying behind him. So
by quite a bit.
Yeah, by quite a bit. But again, the slipstream here is so strong and so powerful. This straight here, the hangar. I believe this is the hangar straight. I can't remember. No, yeah, hangar straight is the other side.
Yeah, the hangar straight's the other side.
Yeah, that's the other. I don't know Silverstone that one. I'm not really.
Actually, no, we don't go onto the hangar straight. The hangar straight is longer.
It is longer, but that main straight there is where the toe will be important, as it will be on the exit of the final corner here as well. So the toe will be important. Currently, Kurt on his own for a minute, so he's not got a toe off anyone. And look at the length of these cars at the minute. Valguest and a few others are all towing one another down the back straight there, so some people are benefiting from the tow. But guys, we want to get your predictions on who you think is going to take the race win this evening, and also the championship. Who's going to take it? Are we going to have AmazingPieBoy taking the championship, or are we going to have Kurt? The other question I want to know is Green Pies, if Pieboy does win tonight, what pie do you think he's going to be celebrating with?
You know, I love apple pie, so I'm going to say he has to celebrate with an apple pie.
An apple pie? Yeah. I was thinking
apple
of a cream pie, but...
pie. You see, I was going to say that, but that could be taken in the wrong way.
And G has just proven me right, and it's called the Wellington Straight. That's the one.
The Wellington
Straight. That's what that bit is called. So, thanks, G. But as these guys go down the Wellington Straight right now, let's go on board with your boy right now, the Penguin dude. Currently sitting in 8th at the minute. He needs to get a little bit of a toe off someone, and like I said, it's quite a relatively short lap round here.
Yeah, Penguin dude, he's really consistent. His big problem is he ends up getting in fights, and he usually comes out worse. That's his big problem. So if he can keep his nose clean, I think he can genuinely get a top 5 here at this race.
Well, there you go, Penguin dude. Make sure you get a top 5. Green Pie says so.
Well, I've always told him that I'm going to support him, so...
Come on, Penguin dude, we're here for you. Let's get that top 5. But another man to keep an eye out is DJ Phil. He's always good at making a good few moves at the start of the race. Chocolate Man currently in the pits and just sorting out a few tweaks to his car. But
talking about DJ Phil, I feel like DJ Phil is like the Kimi Räikkönen of the grid. Like, everyone loves him. Everyone is a fan of DJ Phil.
He always shows
up. He always shows up, and he always finishes the race, no matter what position he's in.
Yeah, we love a bit of DJ Phil, and I believe the whole motive love him as well. So keep going, DJ Phil. We want to see you push and push all the way through. As I've just noticed here, Green Pies, is that N Jones has separated AmazingPieBoy and Kurt.
Oh, he has. That is not what Kurt wants, as he goes drifting around that corner.
Yeah, so there we go. N Jones is separating the championship contenders. Will he want to get involved with this? We will have to see. But a couple of guys trying to improve their lap times, and look how tight the top 7 are. All the way from Cobb to XmecOnline, the top 7 are only separated by 6/10. Oh, Carlos Martini now 8/10. So the top 8 relatively close.
Yeah, this is. I think this is going to be an extremely close race for the final race. But the 2 drivers that we have to keep an eye on is Kurt and AmazingPieBoy, because they're playing for everything right now.
They are playing for everything. Kurt currently getting a little bit of a slipstream off the back of Cobb right now, so this will be handy for him. And if it's Cobb's own pace as well, if his lap time was just on pure pace alone, then this will help Kurt out massively with the tow. He comes towards the line. Does he improve?
I don't think he did.
No, he doesn't. He stays. So
there's only 2 minutes left in this session, so
as you say, there are only 2 minutes left, so there's only a couple more laps left in it. AmazingPieBoy is on the Wellington Straight right now, and all on him low to himself, so it looks like he's not going to get a slipstream. We got Valguest, who's actually on the back of XmecOnline. Cobb is done for the session, I might think. He is in the pits, unless he's fueling up. I don't think he might come out. But
well, it's only a minute, well, less than a minute. Oh no, sorry, around about a minute lap time. So there's a minute 50. They can probably get out and get one more lap in if they really wanted to, the ones who are in pits.
As XmecOnline just crosses the line and goes 3rd fastest. Another driver separate. Yeah, Kurt's been demoted. So this is it, guys. This is we got some quick drivers now pumping in some lap times and separating the championship contenders.
This is not what Kurt wants at all, as he comes across the line. And he improves. Oh,
there we go. He gets himself back up into that 3rd place, but he's behind AmazingPieBoy. But still, the pace of these tier 2s, they're really starting to find some pace out there. And can anyone else separate Kurt again? But at the minute, Cobb is staying in the pits. I think that's his session done. And I think that might be pole position for him. As I'm on board with him. AmazingPieBoy, he's 7/10 down on his best, so he's struggling to find any more pace out there.
Well, he's coming across to do... He'll have time to do one more flying lap, so he's praying that he can pull everything out of the car on this final lap that he has to get pole position.
Yeah, we will see if he can, but at the minute, Cobb will stay on pole position. Guys, let's get your comments in. Let's see who are you supporting tonight. It's between Kurt and the Pie Boy. Who is going to come out on top? This season has been absolutely brilliant here with the Tier 2s, and who of these two brilliant drivers is going to take the championship? AmazingPieBoy goes through the first sector, and he is a 10th up already. But going down the Wellington Straight, there's no toe though. He might lose out time here, but Pieboy's just got to keep it clean. I'm going to come away from him while he finishes his lap time. Kurt goes into Sector 1, and he's 3/10 down. So the ball is in AmazingPieBoy's court right now.
But he's half a tenth off now after that long straight. So he's going to be hoping that he can find loads of time in this final corner. Because after this, it's all in the hands of just his straight line speed.
Yeah, as we watch XmecOnline come towards the line, can he separate Kurt and AmazingPieBoy towards the line? Can he improve? He doesn't. He will stay in 4th place. AmazingPieBoy towards the line. Did he improve? No. He will stay in 2nd place. Where is Kurt? He is exiting the final corner. Has he had an absolute blinder of a final lap towards the line?
No, he's slowed down before the line.
That is it. He will start in 3rd place. Can anyone else improve? N Jones is done for the session. Your boy Penguin Dude exiting the final corner. I think he's the last man to set a lap time towards the line. Tier 2s are going to be finishing the season off with a bang. But Penguin Dude towards the line. Will he improve? He finds time, but he doesn't go any higher than his position. So it's Cobb who's on pole position here this evening for the final round of the Clio Cup Championship, sponsored by SilentxEnergy. In 2nd place is AmazingPieBoy. 3rd is Kurt V23. XmecOnline is in 4th. 5th is N Jones. Grandad Steen is 6th. Falguest 7th. 8th is Klaus Martini. 9th is Penguin Dude. DJ Phil rounds off your top 10. Green Pies, prediction, race win and the championship. Who do you think is going to take it this evening?
I'm going to have to go with the underdog here, AmazingPieBoy. He's not gotten a win yet, but I'm going to say he's going to win, and I think that Kurt is going to have a shocking of a race, and AmazingPieBoy is going to take the championship as well.
So you think Pieboy is going to take the race win and the championship? Well, for me, I think Cobb is going to take this race win. He's normally, once he's on pole position, it's very difficult to get past this man. Regarding the championship, I think Kurt might have enough to hang it on for the championship, but we will see. But guys, let's see your comments. Let's see who you are supporting. As Glenn D. Vliga says, come on, Kurt, you can do this. Sam M says, let's go. Let's have a good race, everyone. That, I believe, is Glenn. He is currently at 12th place on the grid at the minute, but anything can happen in this race. Currently 19 people watching the stream. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe if you like what you see at Motive Racing. This is just the Tier 2s. We've got the Tier 1s later on this evening. I believe the championship for the Tier 1s is sewn up and done and dusted. Believe the only G...
I believe the only G took it.
35...
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow.
Sorry about that. We seem to have a technical issue there. But just going back to the Tier 1s, actually, John Boy is mathematically still in it, but it's very, very unlikely. 35 points for a race win and an extra point for fastest lap. So 35 points, that's 72 points is available, and he's got a 70-point gap to the ODG. So basically, John Boy needs to win both races and take fastest lap once and G not to turn up. So that's unlikely to happen. But we're about to get underway here, Green Pies.
Yeah, who do you want to win? Or who do you think is going to win? I don't know
I think Cobb's going to win the race, but Kurt for the championship, as we are lights out here at Silverstone, and we can't see a thing because we have fog here this evening, guys, and it looks like Cobb has got a decent start, but Kurt is trying to get himself in between him and AmazingPieBoy, but AmazingPieBoy is down the inside and having a look. But it looks like he will hang on to that position for the meantime. Kurt looking to the outside and everyone's ready to... Oh, Kurt's had a spin!
Oh! This has just opened everything up. I was about to say, has that AmazingPieBoy's on?
PieBoy!
AmazingPieBoy's on! Someone's upside down! What is this, guys? Oh my days!
Who's upside down? Where's... Oh my god, absolute chaos here on the first couple of laps, but AmazingPieBoy and Kurt are both at the back of the grid. Grandad Steen is on his way back on the... I was just about to say it was a relatively clean start, but that's completely changed. Penguin Dude's up into 4th.
Come on, Penguin Dude! He's got N Jones and XmecOnline in front of him, so I'm really rooting on Penguin Dude here.
Lap 1 done, Cobb leads the way, but absolute chaos. The championship contenders are at the back of the pack right now. So we've got XmecOnline who currently in 2nd place, N Jones in 3rd, Penguin Dude in 4th, Klaus Martini in 5th, 6th is Chocolate Man. He's had a brilliant start getting himself into 6th place.
Kurt has had another crash with McGlenn.
Oh no! Kurt's having a horror show right now. AmazingPieBoy has allowed Leon Fernie back through, so the championship contenders are having a horror show right now.
This is not what Kurt wants. He wants to be back up there as quickly as possible.
Well, technically, this helps out Kurt a little bit. If AmazingPieBoy is having a struggle as well, then he's not losing the championship. PieBoy needs to get back to the front of the pack as quickly as he can, but he's 11 seconds back.
Penguin Dude and N Jones are having a fight right now, coming into the final few corners of this lap.
Yeah, Penguin Dude looking to the outside. N Jones seems to have that corner covered. Penguin Dude will want to make sure he gets a good exit out of this final corner and try and have a look on the inside of turn 1, but it looks like he's just around a little bit wide. They're close to XmecOnline right now, but they've all caught up to Cobb. He did have a 1.5-second gap. He's lost that somewhere, and that's allowed XmecOnline. Could XmecOnline get his first win this season? In a final round, we will see. Kurt and AmazingPieBoy are now in 9th and 10th place. We will keep an eye on the championship contenders, but Green Pie is 2 laps down, and we've had absolute chaos.
Yeah, I really wish that the stream, I'm not sure if the stream caught that, but someone did a pirouette in the air and was upside down in the air.
I think I was too busy trying to see what Kurt was doing, but yeah, it was just a little bit chaotic there. But hopefully AmazingPieBoy needs to get on with it now. He needs to start clearing cars. He's now caught up to the back of Chocolate Man, and hopefully he can look to make a move around him. N Jones is on the back of XmecOnline right now, with Penguin Dude not too far behind either, as N Jones looking to the inside of XmecOnline, but he doesn't quite get the job done, and he hangs it sideways. The problem with these Clio's, Green Pie, is as soon as you try and make a move and you slow right down, it's so difficult to get back up to speed again. Penguin Dude off wide and onto the gravel.
Yeah, that's not where I want you to be, Penguin Dude. I want you to stay on the grey stuff.
That's it, Penguin Dude. Stay on track. Green Pies is coaching you as we go.
Klaus Martini's nearly going into the back of Penguin Dude there, because I believe Penguin Dude has slowdown.
Yeah, but Penguin Dude obviously serving his penalty, and Klaus Martini with that slipstream advantage is trying to find a way past. AmazingPieBoy has cleared Chocolate Man. That's a car between him and Kurt, but Kurt is now catching onto the back of Chocolate Man, and we've lost a driver already. I believe we've lost Grandad Steen already.
No, that was Leon Fernie that disconnected.
Oh, Leon Fernie. My bad.
So, AmazingPieBoy, he needs to get this win to mathematically take the championship.
Well, if he comes second now, I think he mathematically wins. If he comes second, he needs to come in the top 2 basically here this evening. As well, Guest has picked himself a penalty.
Well, these top 3 drivers are currently lapping nearly half a second quicker than AmazingPieBoy, so he's got to pick up his pace to be catching up to them.
The only thing that will be helping PieBoy right now is that XmecOnline is looking very, very racy here this evening. He is all over the back of Cobb. He is lapping quicker than Cobb as well, so this is a great little fight at the front. These guys don't have to worry about the championship. They can go at it. They want to end the season on a high, and right now they are looking...
Penguin Dude has dropped down to 9th.
Oh, Penguin Dude, what are you playing at?
It's the commentator's curse.
It's just Green Pies. Whoever Green Pies support gets absolute nightmare of a race.
I supported AmazingPieBoy. He's had a terrible race so far. I supported Penguin Dude, and he's dropped down to 9th.
But at least it's shaking up, giving a little bit of excitement. The fog, guys, is now starting to clear, so we can see a little bit more action going on circuit. But Cobb is still defending heavily from XmecOnline. The problem is Cobb is the lead car, and he is giving everyone else a lovely little slipstream right now. So Cobb is trying everything he possibly can to drop this pack, but XmecOnline is sticking with him though. Look at him, he hasn't been quite on it this season, but here at Silverstone National, he's looking great in second place.
Yeah, one man, I don't want to ruin his race, but I've got to acknowledge it. DJ Phil is in 5th place right now.
Yes, DJ Phil is doing bits right now in 5th place. I'm pretty sure he's listening to the stream right now, and he's doing a fantastic job right now. He had a great start, stayed away from all that trouble, and is currently in that 5th place position. XmecOnline is all over the back of Cobb. He is within 1/10 of him, and is looking to the outside of the Wellington straight.
This is going to be extremely close because Cobb wants this win just for pride going into the last race. He's going to want this win, but also XmecOnline, he also wants his first win.
Yeah, and in the background as well, N Jones want to finish the season on a high as well. These guys are completely gone from the rest of the pack. 7 seconds back to Falgas right now, so these guys are pulling away from the rest of the pack. The only man that's lapping similar to the leaders is actually AmazingPieBoy and Kurt. Both are in the 1-minute 3s, so they are now on their way back to the front of the pack. Pieboy's next challenger is DJ Phil, but we're back.
Is going to have the inside for this corner. XmecOnline's going to have the inside for this corner, and N Jones is going to want to get in on this fight.
Yeah, but then Cobb will have the inside for the other half of the circuit. But N Jones goes down the inside of XmecOnline right now, and what a line that is. That's allowed him to get alongside him, but he's not going to be in Cobb's slipstream right now.
As Cobb moves across.
Yeah, Cobb moves across, take his natural line. N Jones is trying to squeeze XmecOnline as much as he can. Get really close right now, but XmecOnline will have that position on the inside, but that's going to allow N Jones on the inside. Oh, he had a thought about it down the inside then, but he'll have to hang on for a little bit longer. Cobb a little bit slower there at the minute, but we've got a comment here from the wall saying happy birthday to McGlenn, and I'm happy birthday to you, mate, but right now it's not your night. Currently in 12th place. Let's see if he can get back up there with them. XmecOnline to the outside of turn 1. Can he get the job done on Cobb? You'll be brave to do it there.
Ooh, that just gives N Jones the position, and he's going to have the inside line coming up to this corner here, isn't he? So that's not what XmecOnline's going to want. But this, as we've spoken about before, this slipstream on this track is just super strong in these Clios. They just punch the air right out of their way for the car behind them.
Yeah, definitely. So AmazingPieBoy is now onto the back of DJ Phil. Can he get that job done? He looks to the outside, and now it goes to a switch. DJ Phil gets a little bit slidey on exit, but that's going to allow Pieboy to get a better run on him down the Wellington straight. Kurt is under massive pressure from Grandad Steen. He's actually lapping faster than him now, and Penguin Dude is right behind him as well. This is not what Kurt wants. He's got 2 quick drivers hunting him down, and he's having to defend instead of trying to try and catch AmazingPieBoy. Pieboy still hasn't got past DJ Phil right now. The lead at the front at the minute is extended a little bit. Cobb is broken away from N Jones. Guys, this fight's going on left, right and centre. 23 people currently watching the stream and only 15 likes. Guys, what are you playing at? Hit that like button.
Yeah, well, one thing that I think everyone could use right now is a SilentxEnergy drink.
Here we go. Yeah, SilentxEnergy drink right now, and Pieboy is looking on the outside of DJ Phil. DJ Phil is doing a great job defending right now, but Pieboy's down the inside. He will have the inside for turn 2.
Yeah, I think that DJ Phil, I think we should have an award. Oh, as they come together, they touch doors. But I think that we should have an award for the most improved driver, and if I was to vote, as they touched it again. This is getting very touchy-feely here, guys. But yeah, if I was to give an award to the driver who's improved the most, it would have to be DJ Phil.
DJ Phil is still defending for his absolute life right now against AmazingPieBoy. Pieboy will be getting a little bit frustrated right now. He's got a championship to think of, and DJ Phil is holding him up right now, which DJ Phil is entitled to do. He wants to finish the season in a top 5 position, and rightly so. He's doing great right now to hold these guys off. N Jones and XmecOnline are still battling at it right now. That's allowed Cobb just to extend the gap a little bit and go back to his normal lap times, but Pieboy's still trying to find a way past. Klaus Martini's now joined the fight. Kurt is also involved as well, so it's all bunching up behind DJ Phil right now.
Yeah, I just hope DJ Phil's race does not go like it went in the Formula Renaults, where he just got taken out by other drivers crashing, so I hope that doesn't happen. Oh!
Oh no!
Oh.
PieBoy and DJ Phil hit each other!
Well, that looked very bad on my end. It looked like DJ Phil drove into the side of him. I hope that's not the case. I hope that was just some lag. But that just gives Kurt the chance to get past AmazingPieBoy.
And he has. AmazingPieBoy is now behind Kurt. Kurt has got the championship back in control again at the minute. PieBoy really needs to get in front of this pack, but DJ Phil is doing a monster of a job right now.
As he half spins, just getting touched in the back by Klaus Martini, I believe that was. Yeah, it was.
Klaus Martini gives him a little boot up the rear. Look at these guys. We're going nearly 4 wide.
This is some epic racing. See, this is not the... Oh, as DJ Phil and AmazingPieBoy are crashing together again. These two are in the wars. This is not what we like to see between drivers, but...
Oh, Kurt has made contact with Klaus Martini. The 2 champion champions.
Spun.
Oh, Penguin dude, what are you playing at, mate? Come on, let's get back on track. Let's keep going. But
I was literally about to say that Penguin dude, he got up to 8th place. I turn on to him and he's spun around.
A little bit messy from the championship leaders right now. Both AmazingPieBoy and Kurt are being a little bit aggressive right now. They know the championship is on the line. The top 3 are kind of spaced out a little bit. Cobb has extended the gap to N Jones by 1.5 seconds. XmecOnline currently is 2.6 behind Cobb right now, so the leaders have strung out a little bit. But it's this fight we're keeping an eye on. Kurt, Grandad Steen and Klaus Martini all going at it for 5th and 6th, 7th place. At this precise moment, Kurt would take the championship because PieBoy is still stuck behind DJ Phil.
Yeah, well, Kurt, he only needs to finish in the top 6th. So if he can just hold these guys up, yeah, that's wonderful. But also, he can let one of them through if he needs to.
Yeah, if anything gets to it, he knows his rival is behind him at the minute, and he will beat him nonetheless. So he's in a good position right now, Kurt, but he can't get complacent. He needs to focus on keeping it clean and on circuit, because one little thing can happen and PieBoy can regain any positions from these. One of these guys could hit him. So it's all about keeping an eye on what's going on around him and his surroundings. It's very important to keep it cool. If you're in his situation now, Green Pies, what would you be doing?
In whose situation? In Kurt's or AmazingPieBoy's? In Kurt's, I would probably let Grandad through, because Grandad is pushing through the corners, and if these two touch, well, that'll put Kurt to the back.
Yeah, and if you were AmazingPieBoy right now, what about that? You just gotta get on with it.
Yeah, I'm probably extremely angry in my chair right now, wishing that I didn't get in crashes at the first turn. Because if he didn't get in that crash at the first turn, I think he would have had a great shot at getting first place in this race.
He was looking good. He was looking very good for this race, and at the minute he's down with DJ Phil and can't find a way past the wall.
Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Kelly. How are you doing this evening?
Very well. How are you guys?
I'm good, Kelly. How are you?
Yeah, very, very good. Very good. I just popped in to say, all those people watching, don't forget to stay on the channel for the Tier 1s a bit later on, because we're looking forward to a championship showdown a bit later on.
The championship showdown that we reckon is already in the bag. The Only G currently 70 points ahead of John Boy. 35 points for a race win. John Boy would need to win both the sprint and the feature, and at least take a fastest lap, and G not to turn up. So
well, that's spoilt my my build up, hasn't it? By telling them that, Dan.
I'm sorry, but
it's still doable, isn't it?
It's still doable. G could disconnect, and then John Boy has a chance of winning the title. But let's be honest, though, G runs the lobby and runs the sessions. So if G's not there, these sessions ain't going to happen.
Yeah, so it's unlikely, but as we said, anything can happen. So
Grandad Steen looking down the inside of Kurt V23. Sorry, Kelly, at the minute, but we're focusing on the championship here, and Grandad Steen has now got ahead of Kurt. Still, not too bad for this Kurt right now, is it, Green Pies? He's lost one place.
Kurt's now alongside again. But
yeah, so Kurt is fighting back.
Yeah, no fairness, this really doesn't matter, because AmazingPieBoy is still fighting DJ Phil, who DJ Phil has been putting up an amazing fight against AmazingPieBoy, even though, yes, they have come together on multiple occasions in this one race.
Yeah, and we have a fight for second place right now. XmecOnline and N Jones rub it doors as they go into turn 1, and N Jones goes right round the outside of XmecOnline, but I think he will get a slower run down to the corner. So these two are having a cracking fight right now, but that's allowed Cobb to disappear. DJ Phil is now battling with Grandadstein. How did Grandadstein drop so far back? Klaus Martini's dropping back now. So if they make contact,
a few of them went off. I believe a few of them actually went off track.
So do you think Klaus Martini has made contact with Grandadstein, and then Grandadstein's dropped back, Klaus has allowed him back through?
Yeah, well, that's just let Kurt run away from these guys. But also, there are 25 people currently watching the stream and only 19 likes. Come on, guys, we can get that like number up.
Hang on, I can do that. There we go.
What, to 25? There we go, 20 likes now. Thanks to Kelly. Come on, guys, there's 5 of you out there that haven't hit that like button. Please do so, as DJ Phil deserves those likes because he is putting up a massive fight between these guys. Grandadstein and AmazingPieBoy still going at it. PieBoy can't find a way past him.
Yeah, well, I think one man who's going to be very busy later tonight is Penguin Dude, our local steward here. He's going to be looking at a few of these crashes that have happened between them.
Well, like we said in the stewards room at the minute, all the stewards will review all the incidents, but he will not be the man to write them up. It'll be someone who isn't in the championship, so that it's fair and even for everyone to see. So DJ Phil right now is got Klaus Martini now under behind his boot right now, and I've got to give it to DJ Phil. He has put on a cracking defence here this evening. He has done brilliantly to keep AmazingPieBoy behind him. But the ball is now in Kurt's court. He is now in 5th place, well ahead of his championship rival. We are coming into the last 12 minutes of this session. We're already halfway through Green Pies, and Kurt is looking good for the championship right now, as we've got XmecOnline and N Jones still battling it out for 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, well, this is what I get for voicing my support for AmazingPieBoy to win the championship. So I do deeply apologise to you, AmazingPieBoy.
Everyone loves an underdog, don't they? So
they really do.
We were backing a PieBoy up all the way, but I wasn't going to say it vocally, so I didn't want to be the one blamed. So Green Pies, you're getting the blame here this evening. But
I really am.
N Jones right now is all over the back of XmecOnline right now, and this is the toe coming in. We're on board with N Jones on his bonnet right now, and he's giving a little bit of the flash to lights. The toe's now starting to kick in. He will look down the inside, but XmecOnline looks like he's got the door shut as they just both do a signature and slide together. Brilliant stuff. They've never touched by the looks of things. They just slide at the same time, and XmecOnline will hold on to that position right now. DJ Phil is trying to get back onto Grandadstein, but he just can't quite get there. And Kurt is now definitely got away from him.
One thing I've just noticed, N Jones has 10.7 litres. I'm just going to track to see how much the fuel usage is around a lap. But he's on 10.5 now, and XmecOnline is on 14.6. So I wonder...
Cobb's on 24 litres as well.
Yeah, so...
Cobb's got quite a lot. Valgas is on 16. Kurt's on 16, Grandadstein's 17, 21 for DJ Phil, Klaus 15, 16, AmazingPieBoy 21. Looks like that N Jones, if he's done his calculation right, he might be alright with fuel, but
just about.
I don't know. It's going to
be very tight.
It is going to be tight. I don't know if he's going to make it. We will keep an eye on that. I'm pretty sure Green Pies will let us know later on. We'll get rid of that graphic for now. But N Jones is going to be cutting it short right now.
Yeah, well, I did say he was on 10.5 whenever he started that last lap, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because he's now on 9.5, so that's a litre a lap.
A litre a lap.
10 minutes left, and they're doing around about 104s. I think he might run out of fuel.
He's going to run out. He's going to have to pit at some point. As we're currently looking at the birthday boy right now, McGlenn is caught up onto the back of AmazingPieBoy. Hasn't quite gone his way this evening, but I'm sure he's having a brilliant birthday nonetheless, and a year older now, so a massive happy birthday to McGlenn from all of us here at Motive Racing, and nice to see you out on circuit and racing, buddy.
Yeah, well... I'm just looking at N Jones. he's either done his maths perfectly, or he's hired you to do his fuel loads for him.
Me?
Yeah, you and your maths.
My maths? Hey, my maths is always on point.
Well, we'll find out.
My maths is always on point. Have a look at a couple of seasons ago when me and Matt tried predicting when who took the championship between Morgan and G, and actually found out we got it the wrong way round. So our maths are brilliant.
Well, one thing that is it's weird. Everyone else seems to unanimously be on around about 14 to 15 litres, and then he's down there in currently 8.2 litres.
Yeah, it's going. It's going to be tight. N Jones, what he needs to be doing, as G in the comments says, N Jones will have to stay in the slipstream and save fuel. So he needs to short shift, and he needs to be on a lower fuel map. So, so he might have to be like normal or low, or lean. Sorry, but he's losing pace to XmecOnline because of it. So he's currently in 7.1 off Cobb, and he's just within half a second of XmecOnline, well, a second now. So he's clearly short shifting and trying to save as much fuel as he possibly can to get to the end. But it's going to be tight nonetheless. 7.5, and we still got 8 minutes of the session. He's gonna have to pit, I think.
I think that Falguest is going to get a podium here.
I mean, you can see on his telemetry, he's not flat out everywhere.
I take that back. I think Kurt might take Falguest's position because, well, let me just read out these penalties. Falguest has an 8-second penalty.
Oh.
Grandad Stee has 5 seconds. DJ Phil has 4 seconds. AmazingPieBoy only has 1. And Penguin Noodle and Chocolate Man both have only 2 seconds.
Falguest wrapping up the penalties there, as we now got fog back once again. Green Pies, the fog is setting in. Falguest on 8 seconds. He needs to make sure he keeps that gap.
I think N Jones can hear us. He's really left off the gas here.
I don't think he's going to make it, even if he short shifts and put it in lean. I honestly don't think he's going to make it. He's 7 point. What do we say is what? He comes towards line now. He's 6.5 litres fuel.
Yeah,
so
a litre a lap.
It is a litre a lap, and he hasn't got enough. He's going to run out. So
this is painful.
This is painful. Unless he does a fantastic job of fuel saving right now.
Falguest is within 1 second.
But he's got that penalty, so maybe N Jones is thinking if he lets Falguest go in front of him, he can use his slipstream and finish behind him. He'll be then guaranteed a 3rd place, but he needs to be saving more fuel than this, because at the minute he will run out right at the end. And that's starting to become a typical thing at motive racing. A lot of the drivers tend to forget how much fuel they need.
Yeah, and it's usually just one driver. As Falguest gets past him, Falguest is going to want to go as fast as possible. He has enough fuel to just keep it enriched and just get out of that 8-second window.
Yeah, and we can see N Jones is absolutely struggling right now. And G literally says what we've been thinking, he'll have to let Falguest through, and he has done so. He needs to use his slipstream. He's now way off the pace. He's 1 minute and 6 seconds. This is how much he's trying to save. He's now got to 6 litres. He's getting there. He's getting there.
0.7, I believe, litres of fuel. So
he's learned this early. He's figured this out relatively early. So now he's able to start saving the fuel. Penguin Dude is now catching on to the back of McGlenn. The only other fight really going on. But the interesting thing is, can N Jones get to the end? If he keeps fuel saving the way he is, he might be able to do it. But Cobb still at the minute leads the way here at the final round of the Clio Cup Tier 2 Championship. Not been this season, a little bit up and down here and there, but he's finally back where he belongs, near the front of the grid. XmecOnline currently in 2nd place with a strong showing here this evening. Falguest currently in 3rd place, but he has got that 8-second penalty. But N Jones on a knife edge between how much fuel he is. He's trying to fuel save right to the end in 4th. Kurt currently the leading car of the championship, and he looks like he's going to take the title this evening if PieBoy can do anything about it, but he's all the way down in 9th at the minute. Grandad Steen currently in 6th place and ahead of DJ Phil, who's put on a fantastic defensive show in 7th place. Klaus Martini in 8th, been a little bit messy with him, good pace shown at times, but then just got up in incidents. And again, I said, AmazingPieBoy currently second in the championship, all to do, and he can't quite get enough now. He's off the pace of Klaus Martini and DJ Phil. McGlenn, the birthday boy, in 10th place, having a dice with Penguin Dude, and soon Chocolate Man for 11th and 12th place. So good racing all the way around. But the story is, can N Jones make it to the end? That is the question. He is now at 4.7 litres of fuel. We've got less than 5 minutes left of the session. Green Pies, I think he might be able to do it now. He can't go flat out.
I've actually disconnected.
Oh,
I'm coming back in, don't worry.
oh, okay. I was just okay, fair enough. But the problem is he's got now Green Pies. I don't know if you can. Well, once you jump in, he's lost near enough 8 seconds to Foulguest. Now, if Foulguest hasn't got any more penalties, he will hold on to that 3rd place. Wrong one.
Yeah, well, I wish I could see this. I'm just waiting to join.
Wait, hang on a minute. Is Foulguest now backing off because he's done in 1 minute 8, or has he picked up another penalty? He's picked up another penalty. He's now got 10-second penalty. So N Jones has been given a lifeline, but Kurt is now 2 seconds behind him.
Oh, I really wish I could watch this. It's not letting me back in for some reason.
That's. I'm not sure how I can get you in, mate. But
I'll just watch it through the stream, won't I?
Best way to do it. But Kurt is now looking down the inside of N Jones, looking solid for a 3rd place here this evening, and he's dropping down the pack. He's now 10 seconds behind Foulguest, so he won't even get that 3rd place. Kurt is looking good for 3rd place now, but N Jones, with great possibility of taking a race, a good podium position, is going to lose out due to misjudging his fuel. Penguin Dude is still trying to hustle the back of McGlenn. I can't see Penguin Dude because of the fog. But the last 3 minutes of the session, 27 people currently watching the stream. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe. That's why I can't see Penguin Dude, because he's the only one who's turned his lights off.
Oh, well then that's not useful, is it?
Nope, not at all. But Penguin Dude is trying to catch onto the back of McGlenn. Where is N Jones? Let's have a look at his fuel. He's now got 3.3 litres of fuel, and we've got 2.5 minutes left. I think he will make it on that, but Grandadstein has now caught him as well.
Yeah, well, what's the fuel situation looking like for N Jones, I believe it was?
It's 3.1 at the minute, and we got roughly, I would say, 2, maybe 3 laps of racing left to go. Grandadstein going around the outside, and they make contact. N Jones and Grandadstein! Oh! Grandadstein just hanging on to that. Close stuff, but N Jones allows him through. But N Jones' race has just gone from bad to worse right now. Penguin Dude still trying to find a way past McGlenn, but so far the man of the evening has been Cobb. He is way out in front, 6.6 seconds ahead of XmecOnline, who can't take it away. He's had a solid job, but I've just noticed Cobb has got a penalty. It's only 1 second, but he doesn't want to get any more than that.
No, he really doesn't, and I really wish I could be watching this race, but for some reason it won't let me back in. Just some technical difficulties. But yeah, this race, it looks like on the stream it's going to be very close between a few of these drivers.
It's getting to the end of the session though, mate. It's not much left to go, but Penguin Dude and McGlenn are the only real fight on circuit at the minute. But Penguin Dude has a look at McGlenn then, but had to back out of it. But N Jones, what's his fuel situation like? I think he'll be fine for fuel now, but he'll run out right at the end. Cobb will start his final lap, I believe, here at Silverstone National. These Tier 2s have put on a great show, but at this current moment, Kurt is going to become the Tier 2 champion. He's got 1 lap to go, but it's been a great season fight between himself and AmazingPieBoy. The only time PieBoy has a bad round is on the final round. Never been out of the top 4, and at the minute at Silverstone, he's in 9th.
Yeah, that is... I think that just shows the true power of the motive racing commentator's curse.
Well done, Green Pies. Well done. You have properly cursed PieBoy's night. Congratulations.
I really have.
As we're seeing Cobb in the final few corners, I think he is going to finish this lap, or he might get 1 more lap. If he gets 1 more lap, he is going to absolutely get a few words from N Jones, but I think he is going to finish on this lap. So Cobb exits the final corner to take a race win here at Silverstone National, finish the season on a high. Brilliant stuff from him. XmecOnline will take that second place, but Kurt will finish in third, and that will be enough for the championship. Kurt B, 23, is coming home to be the Clio Cup Tier 2 champion here at Motive Racing, and wins a prize from SilentxEnergy. Brilliant stuff from him. Falguest will take that fourth place. Grandadstein is coming home in fifth, and I think, where is N Jones? He will come across the line with 1.2 litres left of fuel. He did enough. Brilliant stuff from N Jones to the end. Klaus Martini will take the 7th. DJ Phil, for me, my man of the night, in 8th place. He will take that. AmazingPieBoy, not the best night for him, but he will take the 9th place, and a great fight between him and Kurt this season. Awesome stuff. Penguin Dude did get McGlenn at the end. Oh no, they're fighting it to the line. McGlenn goes down the inside and looks like he's got the job done on penalties as well. Chocolate Man is a way off, and that is it, guys. Your Tier 2 is up and over. Your champion tonight is Kurt V23. Green Pies, what an awesome season we've had here at Clio's.
Yeah, this is I know I only came halfway through, but that is just amazing for Kurt to get that championship win.
Yeah, amazing stuff from him. Driver of the day for yourself?
I've given it to him for 3 rounds now. I'm gonna have to give it to DJ Phil. He has done absolutely great, just improving every single race.
I'm going to give it to XmecOnline, or however you pronounce it, XmecOnline. A solid drive from him this evening, and to get a podium nonetheless. But guys, that's your Tier 2s. Awesome stuff from them. Congratulations to Kurt, and commiserations to AmazingPieBoy. He fought it out right till the end. Make sure you tune in a moment's time, where we will have the Tier 1s. Myself will be out on track. The only G will be out on track as well. G looks like he's got the title sewn up at the minute, but anything can happen. You will have Martin and Kelly as your commentators, but from myself and Green Pies and the Tier 2 guys, it's a good night, but make sure you tune in for the Tier 1s, and we'll see you in a second.
The separation of talent and skill is one of the greatest misunderstood concepts for people who are trying to excel, who have dreams, that want to do things. Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft. There's no easy way around it. No matter how talented you are, your talent is going to fail you if you're not skilled. You know, if you don't study, if you don't work really hard and dedicate yourself to being better every single day. Make a choice. Like, you just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. I'm motivated by fear.
Has managed to keep it just ahead of DJPhilgreen at the moment, as we're side by side here coming down the pit straight. Is Camber going to make this 3 wide coming towards turn 1? You can see there DJPhilgreen just trying to squeeze Emo Guy towards the right, giving him the middle of that space with 3 wide coming into turn 1. Camber very sensibly backs out of that one as Emo Guy manages to hold his position on the inside line and just about squeeze his way into the position there and maintains 8th place ahead of DJPhilgreen. Here we go, and it looks like we're lights out here at Brands Hatch, and it's a good start there from pole from DeedeeTKU. And it looks like we've already got Fury coming down the middle here, going towards Panakill. DeedeeTKU trying to fend off Sevastopano as he comes onto the brakes. It looks like he has held onto the lead just about, but Serts is hassling him as he comes through Druids, and we see there Fury's managed to get that position on Oakbar into Druids. Sevastopano very late on the brakes there. It looks like DeedeeTKU's been pushed out a little bit, so Sevastopano's up into the lead. It looks like Fury having a look on DeedeeTKU, but DeedeeTKU managed to hold on to that P2 just appears. When DeedeeTKU emerges from the pit lane, we know that a pit stop is around 25 seconds, and he's going to be very close with Rompu as he comes to the end of the pit lane now. Rompu drives around the outside of Panakill and up into 3rd place, so that would have not been what DeedeeTKU wanted at all. Second separating these boys. Boostyn did have a lead of about 3 or 4 seconds. He was pulling away to Zegenmilk for a few laps, and now he pulls out to the left-hand side. Zegenmilk has to leave the door open. We're going to go side by side here down the pit straight. Is Thorsten going to go for the move into the first corner? It looks like he does. He's up the inside, so Thorsten Borchardt getting that position side by side here down the pit straight. Austin Style now has an opportunity to take this P2 position. We're side by side coming out towards turn 1. Austin Style goes later on the brakes, up the inside. Elliott tries to undercut him on the exit. Still side by side, incredible stuff. Can Elliott hold it around the outside here, or is Austin Style going to complete the move? It looks like Elliott somehow managing to hold on to that position.
To go for the move. Both of these guys
within about 2/10 of the car in front, as we see DeHuisRocker closing speed coming onto the brakes. So he looks like he's making the move on the inside here of Bunny Prevention, but he can't quite get it done at the moment. DeHuis goes a little bit wide there on the exit, and it looks like he almost spins it. Very close there to losing the car. HRT Zeus is up into second place, but DeHuisRocker was pushing a little bit too hard there in his quest to try and get ahead of Bunny Prevention. Bunny Prevention's holding on to the lead. Got deedeeTKU lining RaKiMaJe up here, but he can't quite make it stick at the moment by the looks of it. And Unorthodox has got a fantastic run on both of these guys, but Unorthodox, you just saw, had to get out of it a little bit there because he had a great run. It was going to most likely end up in him driving himself into trouble, and we can see RaKiMaJe going straight on there over the chicane. Unorthodox driving around the outside there of deedeeTKU and up into 5th place, and Unorthodox looks like he's going to try and get RaKiMaJe as well. He has indeed. That is brilliant stuff from him. He'll reach in every way that he can. JonBoy very much on the back of these guys now as they come down the pit straight. Oh, we can see there, it looks like Nickthevilla getting a little bit loose there onto the grass, and now Little Lee just going to fancy his charges around the outside, and with 3 wide here coming out of the pit straight. JonBoy trying to get involved in this action as well. In the end, I think surely Nickthevilla's going to back out. Yes, he does, but JonBoy making a double overtake there coming into turn 1, and he's up into 6th place. What a move there from
pushing. You can tell he's pushing. Look at the way he's driving the car. He's making sure it's got nothing left to give. He's absolutely ragging it round Ultrapog. He's got alongside Xmar as they're heading towards the island bend. Gary will have the inside line, and Xmar's wide, and he's off. Can he keep it out the tyre wall? Indeed he does. Done. In fact, he's through, coming through the little chicane section there, and already going down the back straight. He's going to try and gain on the lead as he's back up into P3. What can DeHuisRocker do? Well, that's RoadRacing Racing. Comes back at Zeus, and they've made contact. And somehow Zeus and RWI have stopped it from going fully round. But DeHuisRocker and Klaus Martini had to take avoiding action there. And that's DeHuisRocker just leading on RWI Racing, which will allow Klaus Martini up the inside. In fact, Klaus Martini's kind of forced RWI Racing wide there as well. In the background of this, Bod's looking for a bit of piece of the action, but can't find a way through past WI Racing then. G right on the back of JonBoy. JonBoy defending really well at the moment. This for the lead here. Can G take back-to-back wins on this Tuesday night? He's got the cut back on JonBoy. That is textbook. Shoulders had a bit of a slide there, and that's allowed Motoring Morgan through. Maybe he will allow Little Leach in the background. But G, textbook there. He's reached in the glove compartment. He's pulled out the textbook. I'm going for this move, he says, and he's done it well. He's had an absolute peaceful explosion down there as well. Richie's managed to get back up into P14, but G not having the greatest of starts here. Big Boy Bracey in a world of his own, and we've seen this so many times on a Wednesday night. Gary, I think, got forced wide by Sutty, who tried to lunge on Fury, and it didn't come off. Is this Emo guy trying to go around the outside of Sutty Apex, and Gary's going to look to sneak one up the inside, and Emo guy just comes back across. Gary gives him the room, and Gary's sliding up the inside and gets that job done, but now he's got orthodubs all over the back of him. And for Motive Racing, they're teaming up on Gary here, and Gary needs to get in front of these guys and get away and get closer to Sutty, and you see him breaking late, very wide from Gary. Oh, is that Little Leach? Oh, it is Little Leach. Morgan now having a look up the inside of Gary. Little Leach is there. Morgan and Gary side by side down the start straight. Little Leach is going to make this 3 wide as they come down the start straight. And he's on the outside of Gary and Motoring Morgan. And this could be disaster going into turn 1. 3-1 does not work. But Little Leach around the outside of Gary. Gary sticks it there on the undercut and has got it done. And Little Leach around the outside has done both of them. Cracking driving from Little Leach. Gary's keeping it pinned.
But he's now got Ogbar in front of him. Is he going to try and make a move on the exit of Curva Grande coming up towards second chicane? Ogbar tries to go defensive, but Civic's got the inside. It looks like Ogbar breaks a little bit later. Has he overshot the corner though? He almost did. It's a compromise for the second part of the corner, but Ogbar just about keeps onto the position by the skin of his teeth. Civic there in the end, not getting the run out of the corner. He would have been contact. Arnold so it's got a good run there coming up into Lesmo 1. He's got the inside and he's got the move done there on RaKiMaJe. So Dan up a position. Brilliant driving there from him. Looks like he's got Shrimper and Ads right behind him here. Shrimper and Ads going side by side here, coming through the parabolic. You can see these guys on the exit of the corner. Ads is going to have to slipstream with Mr. O a little bit, but Shrimper looks like he's got the superior straight line speed. Although maybe Ads now just picking up that toe from the car in front. Mr. O giving the toe to Shrimper also. Side by side still coming up towards the first chicane. Is Ads going to have that move around the outside? It looks like Shrimper in the end concedes that position. Ads is up into 11th place there. Good move there. Oh, Ads goes a bit deep into the first chicane though. He goes wide and that's giving the place back to Shrimper. So Shrimper there maintaining P10 in that little exchange there. to come down the pit straight here to complete lap 6 of the race. Maz making a look move to the inside, coming towards the first chicane. Shrimper leaves him in the space on the inside, and it looks like Maz is going to have the move done there on the brakes. He is indeed. He's up into 8th place, sorry, 7th. Trying to defend it. Looks like he's actually been passed by Cinderella Tour. And is he going to find himself open to an attack here from Flaky? Flaky around the outside of Fury. It looks like Flaky's made it stick, and he's up the inside for turn 2. Great stuff there from Flaky.
If I was Flaky, I'd be thinking about my championship. I wouldn't be fighting with Zande.
Oh, it looks like Flaky's got all that sorts out of shape now, and G looking to the outside, coming up towards the chicane. He's going to have to get it round the long way though. Flaky's giving him the space on the inside. Flaky late on the brakes, and he looks like he's put it back up the inside, and Flaky somehow just clinging on to that second place by the skin of his teeth. But Zande now has crucially got a 1.3 second gap. Zande with a penalty from the race director, but if it's only 1 second, he might be alright. Oh, we see G running to the back of Zande, Flaky in a bit, and Flaky still managing to hold G off. Oh no, Disco, Gracie, Stu, and DeHuisRocker up into 1st and 2nd, but DeHuisRocker has gained so much time on these guys. He was a couple of seconds back off of the 2 leaders about a lap ago, so I don't know.
Disco still wide.
Oh, he's goes through an engine there. That was nipping tight there. I think that in the end, DeHuisRocker had to stand the brakes on to avoid totally taking Disco Racing Stu out there, but now Unorthodox is right on the back of them once again.
This pressure, you want to get through as quick as possible to maybe get away here, and it looks like he's got a good run out the final corner, but so is DeedeeTKU here, who's P3 and sat on the back. Little Leach is trying to defend in the background, you saw there, but Fury's going to try the longer way around and isn't going to make that one work. Charlie Goff manages to hold on at the moment. Fury though having to defend and attack at the same time. MeltedDazzer's having a look up the inside of DeedeeTKU, and Fury's got the move done on Charlie Goff, and Traga round the outside of Charlie Goff. He's made that work, an absolute cracking move from them. MeltedDazzer's also passed Charlie Goff. Then Morgan up into 2nd place. Yeah, great move from him. Andy was all out of shape coming on the exit to turn 1, but Andy's fighting back here. Look at him go. He's going to try and go around the outside of Motor and Morgan. Come up to the dreaded turn 4. Is he going to brave it out around the outside? Indeed he does. He's going to line himself up beautifully for the inside line. Good move from Andy to get the position back. So it's G from...
He's gone for the cut back here.
He has. He's gone for it, and it's worked. It's pulled off an absolute treat, and G leads this race once more here from Andy. Motor Morgan's gained on him. In fact, Andy has not backed out of this. Little Leach has just come into the pits, so we'll see where he comes out ahead of Luti or MeltedDazzer. Andy's not going this one up, but G's going to do him like he did Motor Morgan, and Andy was all sideways there, coming through turn 4, and he's still side by side with G. He's still not giving this one up. This is great racing. It's Morgan up the inside of Andy, and this could be for P2, right on the back of G. Morgan's been brought into play. A treat here. Andy will have the inside and defends that one off from Morgan.
BT really on the back of Swiftmaster now, seems to be enjoying these conditions a little bit better than Swiftmaster, but wow, that really must be affecting these drivers right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like we're reveling in these conditions. He'll be fancying second place finish here in this race, and the CB wants to get a little bit wide there on the exit of 130 up. It's BT's not going to fancy each other. This getting all sorts of out of shape there. He very nearly lost the car. In the end, I think he had to slam on the brakes to avoid T-boning DJPhilgreen there, but DJPhilgreen up into 2nd place, into 14 there. XmecOnline sat in 10th, he's got SmokieDevil. Oh, SmokieDevil trying to go around the outside of DJ Homby because he's Brooklands. He got the inside from the Luxville, but DJ Homby holding it around the outside. SmokieDevil still picking up the inside. That is a great move from SmokieDevil there. This is, as you say, Matt, there really brought these other 2 guys, Disco Racing, Stu and Delore, very much into this battle for the lead. 5 cars running line of stern here, coming down the pit straight. And at the moment, DeHuisRocker now with the lead of the race after having that one pretty much gifted him to on a plate there by Zeus. But Zeus has got Dan looking all over his mirrors here. He looks at the outside coming towards Sandoval. He can't quite get that one done at the moment, but very much here showing that he wants to get it.
McShooty and SmokieDevil. This is fantastic racing. Smokey Luti McShooty up the inside as they come into, brilliant move into the Norville chicane. So MeltedDazzer started to get away and Andy started to throw them in, but look at Motor Morgan. He's got such a run up towards Massenet. Can he get it up the inside? I think he's going to try and lunge one up the inside. He's gone a bit wide there. Has he gone to defend the casino corner already?
Oh, jeez, she's gone a little bit too deep. And Morgan is trying to go around the outside, but I would have been a bit more. Oh, he's going to try around the outside. Is he going to be into his braking zone? As we come into this hairpin now. G just hangs in. Morgan's going to go right around the outside. He's going to have the inside for the hairpin.
That's a great move from Motory Morgan. Up the inside he went to Mirabeau. Through Portier, still battling, still side by side with G, and nearly chops off his front nose as they go through down Portier section now into the tunnel area, and the only G has to settle for P2 at the moment.
But Ben Parkey and Unorthodox both running side by side. It looks like Unorthodox is trying to make a move here on Ben Parkey. What's happening here? He's in the slipstream, but he's got somebody to his outside there. Xmart's trying to get involved in this one as well. The two team Prolapse teammates trying to work together, but Unorthodox managing to fend off Xmart there. You can see in the background Ugbar's trying to attack on Xmart as well as they come towards the first chicane. It looks like Unorthodox looking to the outside here of Ben Parkey. Is it going to move into the chicane? Ben Parkey a little bit later on the brakes. We're side by side here. He's Unorthodox to try and make it on the outside. And that is just well and truly put a marker there on Ben Parkey. He's driven clean around the outside of the first chicane. You can see there that Cora have to negotiate. Ratchet is getting absolutely swamped by all of these guys. But Unorthodox there, getting ahead of Ben Parkey here.
He's already there. Here comes Gary. He's going to pull out. He's going to try and make this one 3 wide going into Tier 1. And Andy on the inside. Ian.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Motive Racing here for the SilentxEnergy Clio Cup for the final round here at Silverstone. Welcome along. My name's Kelly Davis. I am one of your commentators. I'm joined in the commentary box by my very good friend, my teammate, and we've been friends for 4 or 5 weeks now. Ladies and gentlemen, Martin Story, aka Xmart. Good evening, Mark. How are you?
Good evening, Kelly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have been friends that long. God, it feels like years.
Has it been
now.
that long? It's been over a month, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, wow.
Best of friends now. Absolutely. Yeah, last race of the Tier 1, and obviously we just had the Tier 2 a second ago, and I was out actually. Did you manage to see?
I saw a bit of it, yeah, I saw a bit of it. Some great racing here at the Silverstone National. They had some fog. If you guys out there on the stream, if you haven't seen it, then go back and watch it. Not now, of course. After the Tier 1, but they crowned a new champion in the Tier 2s, and who's joining us this evening, Kurt V, Team Camber, who is, well, we're not watching him at the moment, we're watching him through the top window of someone's flat at the moment, but there you go, we're on track now. Kurt V, Team Camber is your new Tier 2 champion, and we're just watching. Who is that doing all those slides like that?
That looked pretty cool, didn't it? Whoever was doing that. I think it was John Boy. Here we go.
Yeah, John Boy
knows
doing
how to slide it.
Yeah, absolutely. You should be in drift championships and not in Clios. But funnily enough, John Boy is he's a contender for this championship, but it's going to be a really big ask because the Only G has pretty much got this one wrapped up. I believe he's 70 points ahead or something like that, Mark?
Yeah, I'll tell you, you're bang on. He is bang on 70 points ahead of John Boy, yeah.
So it would have to be a disastrous evening for G, and we can't see it happening. He'd have to DNF both of them, and John Boy win both of them. To,
internet down, John Boy wins both of them and gets fastest lap, because if he wins, it's 35 points a win, right? So 35 times 2 is 70, so which means he'd be on the same number of points, so he'd need to win both. It's mathematically possible, and in the lap of the internet gods.
Yep. Well, you say that, but the Only G is also the man who controls our stream, and if he goes down, we all go down. I think you'll find. You know, it's if his internet plays up, then we're all out. So yeah, that's not really an option either. So so it's looking like the Only G's got this one wrapped up, but mathematically possible, as we said, for John Boy to catch him and take the title, but as I say, pretty unlikely at the moment.
So we'll look at second, third, and fourth tonight for a bit of a good old look and see who ends up. So obviously we'll give a little preview to everybody. John Boy is second, 70 points behind the G, as we just discussed, and fairly closely behind is Luty on 323 points. He's just 10 points behind John Boy. So second and third place is up for grabs for either John Boy or Looty, and Dan, Unorthodox, he's mathematically possible to also get second or third, and a very outside chance with Delore. So they are your people to watch beyond the G. John Boy, Looty, Dan, Unorthodox, and Delore.
Yes, indeed. So that's the guys we'll be looking at. Just at the moment, this is basically a warm-up session, 10-minute warm-up session before we go with the reverse grid for the sprint race. So the guys will go in reverse championship order for the first sprint race. No mandatory pit stop on the first one. Then after that, we'll go to a 15-minute qualifying for the feature race. The feature race having a mandatory pit stop, as we normally have on these Clio evenings. That's normally the Motive default system, so that's what we're running this evening. Silverstone National, isn't it? We're on the national circuit.
It's the shortest one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Out of all of the three options. Yeah,
absolutely.
it's almost like a circle in a way. With a couple of kinks in it towards the old pit area. So they're coming down here, down the straight to. Let's just watch them go through here. So they come down this straight here, and there's a left, right, left, then back onto the old pit straight. This is quite a tricky part of the circuit. Quite a tricky part of the circuit here.
Club.
That's club. That's correct.
Club,
looks like a club of a golf club, of course, and hence probably why it's called that.
Possibly.
Or maybe there was a club on.
Or maybe there's a clubhouse there. I haven't looked it up.
Clubhouse there.
Yeah, I've actually got tickets for that corner for the Grand Prix in
nice.
June. Yeah, it's June.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. It was for my significant birthday that I just had.
We won't talk about that.
Well, we don't need to talk numbers, do we? Do you know what I mean?
No.
You know, you're only 21 once, so it's yes. I got tickets for my significant birthday just recently, and I believe we're in the Club 1 or Club 2 grandstand.
That's a great position.
Yeah, yes, and I've been there before, actually, just on Club Corner before, so many years ago. But also the Grand Prix is oh look, G's doing some drifting as well, look there on stream, and we've also just announced that they're going to do one of the sprint races at the Formula One at the Grand Prix. It's going to be one of them's going to be at Silverstone, so they're going to do 3 sprint races. In Formula One, and one of them is going to be on the Saturday at Silverstone, which I'm obviously over the moon about.
So I didn't know that. So what, they're going to do a sprint race with Formula One cars?
Yeah, it's going to be a sprint race. Now, I believe the format is, and my missus has read it all, and she'll probably put me right if I'm wrong, but on the Friday, they will do a qualifying for the sprint race. The sprint race, I believe, is going to be 30 laps, half distance, something like that, and it's no pit stops, a flat-out sprint from lights to flag on the Saturday, and then the order that they finish in becomes the qualifying order for Sunday's race, and the top 3 can only score points, and they only get 3 points for first, 2 points for second, and 1 point for third. That's what I believe how it's going to work.
Really? What? So so those points all go to what, the championship?
Yep, to the championship.
That's completely new to me. Is it the first venue that they're doing that?
It is. Well, this Silverstone Monza, unless Monza is before Silverstone, I'm not sure. I don't think it is. No, I think it's after. Monza, Silverstone, and the last one is to be confirmed because they haven't made a decision. This kind of news to me because there was talk that they were going to do 3 rounds with a reverse grid.
Right.
Which was the talk.
They're not going to do that.
They're not going to do it, which I'm gutted about because I would really like to see Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, all those sharp-end guys.
That'd be cool, actually.
Oh, it'd be so cool, wouldn't it? You know, so, but that's the format that I believe is concrete. It's in place, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I'll have to do a bit of reading on that because that's quite that. I'm liking what I'm hearing because that changes and spices things up a bit. But I had no idea that would go to what. But the way you started, I thought it would be like some kind of exhibition type thing. Is the way. If you're saying like a full 30 laps, but it's the smaller circuit. It's not the full GP.
No,
circuit,
I think it's the full GP. I believe. Full GP.
Well, I'm gonna read up about it.
Yeah, I'm not guaranteed on the amount of laps, but I thought I was under the impression it was half distance. Okay. Oh, sorry, 100k. That's right, 100k. So however many laps that computes to. What's the GP? What's the GP length? 2.6 miles, is it, around the GP?
I'd have to
3
check it,
point
mate.
something kilometres. So it's
like
100
that.
kilometres.
Yeah. Wow. That's,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool, mate. That's pretty cool. So they're not doing practice then on Friday, and they're not doing normal quali on...
No,
they
there's
are
a
doing-
practice, 1 hour practice, because we're down to 1 hour sessions in Formula One, because they've knocked off the 90 minutes to 1 hour sessions. There'll be a 1 hour practice on Friday, a 1 hour qualifying on Friday, and there'll be a 1 hour practice on the Saturday morning before the feature race. Yeah, that was right as well, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's so cool.
She's just
That's so
my
cool.
missus just checking, but that's the information that we've had on it.
So get in to watch the event because of obviously these times of COVID, and they're actually starting to open things up, and so that's confirmed that there's going to. Is it? Ooh, a nice little flip there. Whoever's having a bit of fun in the
lost a
background
door
there.
or tailgate or something. Nice.
Didn't lose a wing mirror. Didn't lose a wing mirror there, mate.
No, of course not. You know the wing mirrors are indestructible, don't you?
we know the wing mirror rule.
Yeah. Just incidentally, why we still got timings on the screen, like the top 11 under a second, 3/4 of a second in the top 11.
No
it's going to be a
surprise.
very, very tight evening this evening, I feel.
That's right. Kurt didn't even have a go, but he's probably sort of taken a breather from Tier 2. It's good for him to jump in Tier 2 and then jump into Tier 1, bless him. That's a big old bit of commitment for you, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So yeah, on the Silverstone opening up, where you're going to go because you've got tickets for? Is it a limited number of people that they're allowing in? I assume so.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know if the ticket numbers are have been limited or not. But I mean, we bought the tickets. We bought I don't know what. Month ago, probably a month ago, we bought the tickets, and there was still plenty of tickets available, although it was busy. So yeah, there is still tickets available, but of course, there's all the knock-on from last year. Matt Duffin from SimPlayer's got tickets, but he had tickets for last year's Grand Prix, so obviously his have knocked on. Now, getting back to what we're supposed to be talking about, we're gonna have a race in just a moment. As you can see, the fog has come down pretty heavily there, hasn't it? It's gone really foggy here at Silverstone. Absolutely. So, Mart, I'm going to lean on you and ask you: have you got the reverse grid?
I've got the grid order. I've got the reverse grid order in front of me, mate. Yeah, absolutely. They'll all start to make that formation when we go green, so there won't be jumping straight into the race for the viewers on the stream. Yeah, absolutely. So I'll give a quick readout of how it's all going to work. So from the front to the back, we've got J48 who'll assume the front of the grid. I don't actually see J on this list unless he's labelled as something else. But anyways, J48. They've got Nickthevilla in second, Villigric in third, Laney in fourth, DeHuisRocker in fifth, MeltedDazzer in sixth, Dolores seventh, and then we've got the guys shooting for second and third with Dan in eighth, Lutimer shooting in ninth, John Boy in 10th, the Only G in 11th, and we've got the two invitational drivers, Cobb and Kurt, in 12th and 13th respectively. So they're getting ready now to form for that lap.
I think that was WSRJ would be your pole setter. Yeah. So, as Mark just said, that's your order. They will roll off the line, as you can see. They get themselves into formation, and then we have a rolling start for the sprint race. It'll be a standard start for the feature, but for this one, for the reverse order, as you see, they're just sorting themselves out. These guys have done this a lot, this season, and guys who play Motive on a regular basis know how this works, so they'll form up reasonably quickly. It's a short lap, so we'll be getting on with it quite quickly. As you can see, we're on board with Cobb, John Boy, as you can see, warming the tyres. Cobb and the Only G running the same livery this evening in the Nick Hamilton colours, so don't confuse those two, but Cobb is guesting in Tier 1 from Tier 2. He moves up to Tier 1, as does Kurt V, Team Camber, who's your Tier 2 champion. They both move up, if they're going to enter, of course, into the next season. They move up into Tier 1. They've earned that right. So they're just having a nice little taster this evening. So towards the front, here we go. We're on board with our pole man, Jay. He's coming round club corner now, I believe, and he can go whenever he likes. He's moving quite quickly, as it is, to be fair.
He's off. I think he's off,
it looks like he's gone.
There we go.
Yep.
WSRJ leading the pack at the front with Nickthevilla. Coming fairly close behind him is Nickthevilla, and then we've got Viligric in third. As you were at the moment, by looks of it, no major change or any positional change at the moment. Nickthevilla's having a bit of a go already at WSRJ by the looks of it. It's coming in tight. This is always a crucial corner, this one. Testing your brakes on the first lap.
Yes.
A bit tight there.
Certainly was. We're going to find the slipstream is going to be very strong. As normal with these Renault Clios, they are very affected by the slipstream, and it's going to be very, very, very effective again this evening. I believe it was in the Tier 2 race, so you'll see these guys staying in very close company for a long, long time. As Nickthevilla's having a look down the inside of Jay. I don't know if he got that job done, did he? Yes, I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah. No,
got
he
that
didn't.
job done.
He's still in second, mate.
Yeah. I was looking at the wrong car.
Someone's cut across the corner there, just coming slightly across.
I think that was Vigler. Yeah. Fly was a bit keen there. Another guy from Team Camber, as well as Kurt V and Delore. They're all Team Camber. And no, he's not here. Putney, who does touring car, isn't he? Putney does. He's another
absolutely.
one.
There's our man Laney in Prolapse. He'll be pushing hard. You know how handy he is in terms of his speed. So we'll see them coming in very tight into this very, very tricky corner, this tricky right-hander. You've got to get the braking right and not go up to it in too much of a speed. If you do, you completely understeer on that one. Yeah, lots of slipstreaming.
Yes, it's a crazy corner, that one. It's kind of bizarre, isn't it? Couple of Prolapse drivers. We've got Laney and we've got Unorthodox, both Prolapse drivers in the race this evening. Come on, Prolapse boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
No bias in the commentary box, is there, Mark?
No, absolutely no bias whatsoever. We're on board here with the bumper cam with Viligric right up close behind WSRJ. Let's see how close Laney is behind Nickthevilla. Looks like he's side by side to him there.
Yes, he does, because he's
look,
Nick's down the inside, very sideways, just slides through our shot.
Absolutely, great to see that with these cars. You know, they're very similar to the Megans in a way. You've got to really, you really put your force feedback to the test on your steering wheel on these, which, it's a good thing about these cars is, they're I think you're not a massive fan of them. I personally
no, I'm not. It's not that I'm not a massive fan of them. To watch, I think they're brilliant. I find them hard to drive. These low downforce cars I really struggle with. I prefer a high downforce car. It suits my driving style. Oh, that was a bit.
Little bit of shunting of the door handles there.
Oh, and a bit more.
Still going on. What's going on there? Oh. Well, there's a bit of argy-bargy, as you say. You're going to get that with these cars, aren't you? But looks like they've sorted themselves out a bit now. But that corner is a tricky one. You do tend to get a fair amount of argy-bargying in there. That one and the one that we discussed earlier, which has got the hard braking points.
Yes. And
close behind.
Yeah.
Look up here now. Laney's got himself up into first place here now. With Nickthevilla very, very close behind.
Oh, and who's that? John Boy, is that John Boy?
On John Boy's taking out Laney by the looks of it.
Yeah, John Boy goes off as well. They kind of nudged each other, didn't they? Really, I'm just going to look over to my tablet and sit on the stream.
On the stream, there was a bit of a lunge from John Boy, I feel, because Laney was ahead, right? So.
I don't know. He quite made contact with. He made contact with somebody. He come across the left-hand side of Laney and tagged someone on the right-hand side. So yeah, all a little bit of misjudgment there. But there you go. That's that.
John Boy needs the points, mate. He needs the points to secure that second place. Second place is not a shabby result, you know.
No. So Luty is in second, and Luty's got the chance at second place, only 10 points behind John Boy. So Luty's in good shape at the moment, with John Boy pinned down in ninth. But it's still early days. 20 minutes, just under 20 minutes to go. Just to go back to what we were saying about the Clios. As I said, I find them hard work to drive. The touring cars are very much the same, and I've said this week in and week out. If you think you can drive, if you've never done this before, or you played this game regularly and you think you can drive, and I'm not talking GT3 or LMP, anything else that's planted to the road. If you think you can drive, step up and have a go at these or touring cars, because they are an absolute handful. Aren't they, Mark? You've driven, touring car. You're the reigning
touring car
champion.
Very similar. Oh, bless you, mate.
Sunday.
Nice of you to repeat that. Till Sunday, where I won't be, because I'm in 5th place at the moment.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. Very similar to the Megans. I do love when you're coming into some of these really tight corners. We go to the front here. And watch a car come round the corner. If I come back down the track here, they slide like hell around these corners.
Yes,
and it's controlling that slide, mate. That's what it's all about. Playing with the slide in a way. You want to love and caress the slide.
You need to work with it, don't you?
You need to work with it, exactly.
Yeah. Do you want a moment on your own there? To just you and the slide together, you know? Do you and the slide want to get a route? Something like that. But you are absolutely right. You have to work with the nature of the car and its handling, as we see.
Not like that. No, that was an over.
But you can see all these cars sliding. We always rant and rave about this shot. The onboard, or definitely the following shot, and you just see how much these cars need controlling, because
this is it. This is the shot you're on about.
That's the one. Look at it. Look,
you've got to try and control it. That was a bit of a control there. It's when you're consistently sliding around the corner, and the other side of the coin is you don't want to lose too many revs while you're doing it. That can be your bane in a way. So nice bit of cut into the corner there. We're still within track limits, and that's part and parcel of getting a decent lap time on here, is not to overcommit across the white line. As long as, I always tend, my rule of thumb is middle of the car down the white line. If you can manage to keep at least 2 of the wheels within one side of the white line, you're in a good spot. So here, look, that didn't go out far enough on that one, but you see some of them. Let's go back to the G. See some of his lines. He's really tight in. He always gets really tight in on the corner and puts at least 2 wheels off the circuit where needed.
Yes, indeed. And who's that just going
Laney.
backwards? Yes, Laney. Is he on a slowdown? Did he have to have a slowdown?
Maybe. Let's have a look. We're behind him now. Laney, I think you're right.
Just had to have a slowdown. Just picked up for those of you who've never watched before, where have you been on this time? But if you cut corners here, as we were talking about track limits, if you cut corners on this game, then you get a slowdown. Comes up on your screen. It's got the most annoying ping noise to it that you've ever did here. It just rattles right through you, and then you have to give the time back. Unfortunately, you end up giving an awful lot of more time back than you took. And if you don't give that time back, you then end up getting a penalty, which could be a 1 second or a 2 second penalty. So when we say a slowdown, it usually means that it's pinged up on the guy's screen, and they've are giving that time back, because they would rather do that than not have a penalty at the end of the race.
It's often worth just cracking on with it and taking the penalty, isn't it? Because I especially found that in Formula Renault, that is. You can gain quite a lot of time on a Formula Renault, and it has some sort of algorithm that works out your penalty. I think you can easily get a 3 or 4 second penalty, and sometimes it's just better to just get on with it, just take the penalty and try your best to gain your time back in another way, really.
I think it's mindset, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Dan getting very up close and personal, wasn't he? With who was it again? Kurt. That was Kurt V. Kurt V. The new champion, rubbing door handles with the old Tier 2 champion. Or was he runner-up? Runner-up.
Runner-up, yeah.
Runner-up.
You don't want to mess with the new Tier 2 chap. And as I understand, is Kurt also won the GT3 ACC?
I'm not honestly sure, but I'm sure if you're telling me...
If it's the same Kurt that we're talking about...
we got a couple of Kurts, Mike. We have got a couple of Kurts.
Maybe another Kurt.
What happened there?
I've missed that one, buddy.
That's
Let's have a quick look back at that. Luty's come right back now. Yeah,
that was Luty and someone else going very. I think it was
Melted.
Yeah, Melted. They were going
Melted.
very slowly. Again, I'm just looking over at the stream, and yeah, they were going slow. So they must have had contact together. That's changed things a little bit for John Boy, because now Luty is now in 12th, and John Boy is
swung right back again. He's 4th.
Yeah, in 5 minutes.
Wow.
In 5 minutes, they've almost swapped positions. Absolutely.
And we're getting daylight now from the morning through to the early sunrise coming through now, so we get to see a little bit more.
Burnt off that fog.
Fog's gone away. Oh, look at that little touch in there going down the line there between John Boy and the G. See him come into this corner. See him come into club corner here. Let's see who comes off better. John Boy's got ahead of the G there. And Laney's got himself back. Oh my God, it's seesawing back and forward, isn't it?
Absolutely. Laney's back up in the mix, and Robin Doran was with G and John Boy. We've now got DeHuisRocker is your man out in front with Delore chasing him down for second place, only a little bit behind him. These guys have gapped the others by nearly 4 seconds now, so they're in nice clear air.
They've kept their noses clean, haven't they? All the other guys have been in amongst it, haven't they? John Boy, Laney, the G. I think the G's just been sort of caught up with. I'm not seeing any major mistakes from him, but he's just been caught up with the traffic maybe. But let's see if these three, who are very, very capable drivers, as we know, all three of them are, can catch up to Delore. And Delore is a very handy driver. He's in what, 4th place at the moment in the championship. Could potentially sneak a 3rd place from who's in 3rd? Dan? Is Luty, I think. Luty's in 3rd, and John's in second. So all to play for. I know we're only in the sprint race, so we've got the excitement of the feature after this. With 11 minutes remaining of this race, with anybody's race still yet though. 11 minutes, as we know, Kelly. We've seen a lot of changes so far. Let's see what we're going to do in 10 more minutes.
Absolutely. I'm just going to jump to the comments very quickly. BT, evening, Mark, Kelly. Thank you very much. Come on, you
evening,
Prolapse
BT.
boys. Brilliant. And a couple of rainbows. Thank you. Taste the rainbow. Love the rainbow. The wall, come on down the man. And the wall again. Fantastic commentary, Team Kelly and Mark. Well, thank you very much. We always appreciate your comments.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to comment on anything? Please do. Help yourselves. We
Any
love
questions?
To see your comments.
We'll answer them. We'll answer them. Motor racing related, but sometimes Kelly and I like to go down memory lane, 70s, 80s and all that.
All that. Absolutely. I'm too young for that, of course, but Any questions, really? We don't care. So give us any question you like. I mean, we'll answer it. Don't say it's going to be right, but we'll answer it. So please do get your comments in, your likes and subscribe and all the rest of it. And once the racing's done this evening, if you pop over to SilentxEnergy and have a look at their fruit-based, plant-based energy drinks, that's the one I'm being nodded at, saying yes, that's right. Go and have a look at that, and you can get, I think there's a code you can get off the Motive website, something very original like Motive1 or something like that you can punch in, and you can get 15% off SilentxEnergy products. So that's got to be worth a crack.
Why not?
For sure.
Why
Indeed.
not?
Yes.
Everyone likes a bit of health these days. Got to try and keep ourselves healthy.
Absolutely.
Not that I have, to be honest. In lockdown, I need to get I got the old lockdown pound off me, or multiple pounds probably.
I'm very similar, to be fair. I've been carrying the pounds now for about 50 years, so it's you could do with some SilentxEnergy instead of other energy drinks. I don't tend to go down the road of energy drinks myself. I don't know about you, Mark.
No,
I think
the
it's
only one was
it's
the one that you were given as a young lad by your mum, which was Lucasade, which, to be honest, wasn't an energy drink back then. But do you remember them, the big ones with the kind of the funny old orange foil thing that went round it? You know, it was either soup or Lucasade, mate. That was what it was.
Yeah, I only ever got Lucasade when I was sick, of course. So you knew if someone had been sick, they had a bottle of Lucasade. Other than that, nobody touched the stuff, did they? You know, it was like if you're as sick as a dog, you'd have Lucasade. Otherwise, you don't keep it in the cupboard for fun. You only went and bought it if you were sick.
You went to the doctors and they said, for God's sake, take him home and while you're on your way home, buy a bottle of Lucasade, will you? By the way, let me just reiterate to anybody who's listening from the Lucasade company, which is, I believe, owned by SmithKline and Beecham, right? Absolutely superb drink. I do drink a fair bit of it, and I do recommend it if somebody wants to try it. So just to cover that one off.
Absolutely. For me, the original energy drink would have been, well, tea.
Tea?
Tea.
Everyone likes a tea.
Everyone loves a tea. Yeah,
absolutely. Right, let's get back on the track side now.
Yep.
So the time's ticking away now. We've got 8 more minutes left, and the sun is well and truly arisen from its sleep, and we're getting a much more clearer track now. As you can see, we're watching MeltedDazzer. Let's get ourselves to the front. It's changed a little bit. So DeHuis, we've still got the 4-second gap between that group of DeHuis and Delory are out in front by 4 seconds. Looks like Laney, the G, and John Boy haven't been able to make any ground, but they're sticking together, these three. They've got a couple of penalties in the G, and John Boy, Laney, who's not in any contention for this championship, hasn't got any penalties at the moment. So Kurt's sort of in the middle of things. Kurt V's in the middle of things here, who's currently our reigning Tier 2 champion.
Our new Tier 2 champion.
New, absolutely.
I can't remember who the old one was, but this is a new one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it was Delory, actually. Was it Delory, or was he the touring car champion?
No, I think you're bang on. No, you're bang on, actually, because Delory was promoted to Tier 1, wasn't he?
I believe so, but I don't know if we're getting confused with touring cars, because touring cars was the same. Him and his brother got
you could be right.
Went up to Tier 2, so I'm not 100% sure. Anybody on the comments want to put us right on this?
I might have to check that. Go on, carry on, mate.
Who was last year's Tier 2 champion, and who was last year's Tier 1 champion? I got an idea. It was probably the only G, but the Tier 1 champion. But
you just say who won X, Y, and Z. Just say the only G. It's fine.
Yeah, the only G. You probably got a good chance at it, isn't it? You know, it's if you ever watch The Chase and there's a question about hip hop, the answer will always be Jay-Z. Yeah, so. If you've got a question about motive and who won a championship, go with the only G. You've got a good chance of being right.
Yeah, absolutely. It
was Delory, someone said. Who's put that?
Delory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I remember he was right up there with Laney, actually, because Laney was doing Tier 1.
God, I can't quite focus on
Clios.
That. Must be my age. I can't quite focus on that name. Ike?
I'm just looking at last season's results. I've just managed to actually just come across the final standings of the touring car championship, and funny enough, I see my name at the top there.
Reigning champion.
Absolutely.
Till Sunday.
Till Sunday, exactly. Just randomly saw that.
Yeah. Look at this fog all of a sudden. We've looked away from the screen for 2 minutes, and the fog has dropped like a blanket over Silverstone. Only in the virtual world can the weather change this quickly. Well, that and a couple of places in Cornwall could do this as well. But only in this world can the weather change quite so quickly as that, as we're now into heavy fog again.
Yeah, very, very heavy. I think it's even heavier than it was earlier, actually. Let's have a quick look at what it looks like on board. You don't get a really decent view on that one, but we'll go back a little bit to see what it looks like from the view from somebody else.
I think it's hampering. What happened there? Who started that one?
Corbett, Dan, the Lee Gregg, and Kurt were all involved.
All in there,
Seems like they've sorted it all out there. It's one of those little small dings. Yeah, you're bang on with with Delory, by the way. Right. I'll just double check that. I'll have a look on tier 1 in a minute. So there's quite a few. Let's have a quick look and see who's got the penalties. We've got 4 seconds for the energy. He's been doing a lot of curtain corners.
I got 6 seconds here, Mark.
Oh, he's got 6 now. It's just gone on from 4 to 6.
Yeah, so 6
on my screen.
Is Kurt having a rub against the wall? Don't know.
Kurt's saying, someone's gone on the roof.
On his roof.
Cobb's gone on the roof. The two guests have had a little bit of a tussle together and
as well.
Melted in there. Kurt is saying, do you know who you're driving next to here? The tier 2 current champion, by the way. Get out of my way. So back to where we are. So DeHuisRocker is still, commanding the lead. He's been doing well to keep that. He's managed to gap himself by 1.6 seconds to Delory. So he's doing a pretty sterling job out there on the 20th lap. So
solid.
We've got 3 more minutes left. Absolutely, 3 more minutes left. So for the standings for the championship, the key ones are, so Delory's going back to, let me have a look at the current points tally, because Delory is going to do pretty well out of this and being in 2nd place. Let me find it, 2 seconds. Clio Cup Tier 1 driver standings.
Kurt V is in the pits. What would Kurt be in the pits for?
I have no idea.
No, I don't. Enough. Maybe he's low on fuel or something like that. Maybe not fueled it long enough.
He is in the pits. Let's have a quick go on board.
Doesn't pick up. There we go.
He's coming back out again. Don't really know why he did that, to be honest. There's no need to. Anyway, that is what it is.
Bizarre.
Get rid of the speedo. Okay, so I was just having a look. So Delory is going to come out pretty well out of this one. He's in 296. He's going to make up a little bit of ground on Dan and probably just get ahead of Dan by a few points. Luton McShooty, I mean, he's 20 points. He's got a long shot, Delory. So I'll ignore what I'm saying there. It's really between John Boy, Luty, and Dan for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So John Boy seems to have done pretty well on that one so far. So he should extend his lead by looks of it with just over 1.5 minutes left of this race. So John Boy's looking good for 2nd place. Your man Dan is still an outside chance of getting 3rd, but it's a long shot. Luty's had a bit of a mare, unfortunately.
Well, I think as they stand, Dan would have put points over on Luty. I know Dan was 10 points behind Luty, so Dan will have gained back points on Luty. What, 6th place?
Yes, you're right.
What do we get for 6?
No, he was 20. He was 20 points off Luty, mate. So he's got a bit of of a stretch. So John Boy looks like he's looking good for 2nd place at the moment. So. Let's go back to the front here with 1 minute left. Looks like we'll probably get at least a couple more laps in because it's a shortish lap. He's just gone through and started a new lap coming into that very tricky right-hander. So he should get over the line for at least 1 more lap, I would expect.
Possibly, absolutely, and he's now got the only G. And Laney have caught back up, haven't they? They've made quite some gains. Who else is in there as well? John Boy, that's it. Yeah, these guys have really kind of worked together and caught back up.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, this could be a very interesting last lap. So,
yes, it's not over. So DeHuis hasn't got it in the bag yet, mate.
No, the fat lady, she's warming up, but she isn't singing just yet. So look out, because these guys are all still close. So the House Rockers just got to make it one more lap and do what he's got to do.
Absolutely. And the G's very close behind Delory at the moment.
He's going to do Delory in a minute, isn't he?
Laney just waiting to prounce here and on feast off the pickings here, maybe. No. Oh, look at that nice little control there by the G round there.
Yeah.
And
they're going side by side, aren't they?
Look at that, literally side by side. See this now, and DeHuis just needs to keep his head together. Oh, So close.
Pushes his way across. G's going down
Got
the
track
inside.
side now.
Laney's following him through.
Yeah. Oh, I bet the pressure's on DeHuis right now. The
Sure
G's
is.
itching for this win. Itching for the win, but no, it looks like DeHuis is going to take the win. Great win by DeHuis. I'll have to check how many wins he's had, actually. How close it is to third. Laney's going to get that third place. Get the last piece of the podium.
Hang on, we've got to wait for it. And now,
the
wait
G's
for the penalties.
Yeah, that's right. The G's dropped down from second to fifth, mate, for the 6 seconds that you were on about. Of course. And Delorey's got second. Laney's got third. John Boy fourth. The G eventually in fifth. Your man Dan in sixth. Luty in seventh. Valigret in eighth. MeltedDazzer in ninth. Nickthevilla in 10th. Cobb in 11th. WSRJ in 12th. And Kurt in 13th. Just by looking at the three letters, I know everybody's names now. I've got so used to them
it's only taken you all season, eh? So what does that do for the championship standings? Probably not a lot, to be fair. John Boy in front of G, but probably not enough to make a difference. Only going to be a couple of points difference. Dan in front of Luty, but again, not going to make a great deal of difference. You know, not going to make a great deal of difference. John Boy, so kind of status quo at the moment with the championship order after that race.
Yeah, I think Delorey will definitely, I would have imagined, got ahead of Dan on that one in terms of fourth and fifth position. Because there was only 6 points between the two of them at the beginning of this race. So but yeah, great drive by DeHuis. Managed to stick it out towards the end. Bit of to-in and fro-in, and sets us up nicely for the feature after the break.
Absolutely. So with that brilliant segue there, we will be back in just a few minutes. Don't go far, because we're going to be back with the feature race for the last feature race of this season. We're going to qualifying session first, so don't go far. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
The separation of talent and skill is one of the greatest misunderstood concepts for people who are trying to excel, who have dreams, that want to do things. Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft. There's no easy way around it. No matter how talented you are, your talent is going to fail you if you're not skilled. You know, if you don't study, if you don't work really hard and dedicate yourself to being better every single day. Make a choice, right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. I'm motivated by fear.
Has managed to keep it just ahead of Dwayne Buff at the moment as we're side by side here coming down the pit straight. Is Camber going to make this 3 wide coming towards turn 1? You can see there Dwayne Buff just trying to squeeze Emo Guy towards the right, giving him the middle of that space with 3 wide coming into turn 1. Camber very sensibly backs out of that one as Emo Guy manages to hold his position on the inside line and just about squeeze his way into the position there and maintains 8th place ahead of Dwayne Buff. Here we go, it looks like we're lights out here at Brands Hatch, and it's a good start there from pole from BT Targa. It looks like we've already got Fury coming down the middle here, going towards Paddock Hill. BT Targa trying to fend off Silverstone as he comes onto the brakes. It looks like he has held onto the lead just about, but Serts is hassling him as he comes through Druids, and we see there Fury's managed to get that position on Oakbar into Druids. Sebastefano very late on the brakes there. It looks like BT Targa's been pushed out a little bit, so Sebastefano's up into the lead. It looks like Fury having a look on BT Targa, but BT Targa managed to hold on to that P2 just about when BT Targa emerges from the pit lane. We know that a pit stop is around 25 seconds, and he's going to be very close with Rompu as he comes to the end of the pit lane now. Rompu drives around the outside of Paddock Hill and up into 3rd place, so that would have not been what BT Targa wanted at all. Second separating these boys. Thorsten did have a lead of about 3 or 4 seconds. He was pulling away to Ziegenmilk for a few laps, and now he pulls out to the left hand side. Ziegenmilk has to leave the door open. We're going to go side by side here down the pit straight. Is Thorsten going to go for the move into the first corner? It looks like he does. He's up the inside, so Thorsten Borchardt getting that position side by side here down the pit straight. Oscar Style now has an opportunity to take this P2 position. We're side by side coming out towards turn 1. Oscar Style goes later on the brakes, up the inside. Elliot tries to undercut him on the exit. Still side by side, incredible stuff. Can Elliot hold it around the outside here, or is Oss's style going to complete the move? It looks like Elliot somehow managing to hold on to that position. To go for the move, both of these guys within about 2/10 of the car in front. As we see DeHuisRocker closing speed coming onto the brakes. He looks like he's making the move on the inside here of Bunny Prevention, but he can't quite get it done at the moment. Lewis goes a little bit wide there on the exit, and it looks like he almost spins it. Very close there to losing the car. HRT Zeus is up into second place, but DeHuisRocker is pushing a little bit too hard there in his quest to try and get ahead of Bunny Prevention. Bunny Prevention's holding on to the lead. deedeeTKU lining Ratchet ass up here, but he can't quite make it stick at the moment by the looks of it. And Unorthodox has got a fantastic run on both of these guys, but Unorthodox, you just saw, had to get out of it a little bit there because he had a great run. It was going to most likely end up in him driving himself into trouble, and we can see Ratchet going straight on there over the chicane. Unorthodox driving around the outside there of deedeeTKU and up into 5th place, and Unorthodox is going to try and get Ratchet as well. He has indeed. That is brilliant stuff from Unorthodox in every way that he can. John Boy very much on the back of these guys now as they come down the pit straight. Oh, we can see there, it looks like DeHuisRocker getting a little bit loose there onto the grass, and now Little Lee just going to fancy his charges around the outside, and with 3 wide here coming out of the pit straight. John Boy trying to get involved in this action as well. In the end, I think surely Nickthevilla is going to back out. Yes, he does. But John Boy making a double overtake there coming into turn 1, and he's up into 6th place. What a move there from
pushing. You can tell he's pushing. Look at the way he's driving the car. He's making sure it's got nothing left to give. He's absolutely ragging it round Ultrapog. He's got alongside Xmar as they headed towards the island bend. Gary will have the inside line, and Xmar's wide, and he's off. Can he keep it out the tyre wall? Indeed he does. Done. In fact, he's through, coming through the little chicane section there, and already going down the back straight. He's going to try and gain on the lead as he's back up into P3. What can DeHuisRocker do? Well, that's RWI Racing comes back at Zeus, and they've made contact, and somehow Zeus and RWI have stopped it from going fully round. But DeHuisRocker and Klaus Martini had to take avoiding action there, and that's DeHuisRocker just leading on RWI Racing, which will allow Klaus Martini up the inside. In fact, Klaus Martini's kind of forced RWI Racing wide there as well. In the background of this, Bod's looking for a piece of the action, but can't find a way through past WI Racing then. G right on the back of John Boy. John Boy defending really well at the moment. This for the lead here. Can G take back-to-back wins on this?
Back to the feet. Oh, okay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the feature race, SilentxEnergy Clio Cup here on Motive Racing. Xmart's just popped off for a very quick comfort break. He'll be back in a moment. We have a new champion in the Only G. A new champion or reigning champion? We didn't get to the end of that one. So in the Only G is your Clio Tier 1 champion for season... What season are we? 8, aren't we, I believe? And so we have a new champion, as I said. So, but we still got a race on this evening, and this is a qualifying session. As soon as Mark gets back, we'll see something more than the upper offices of the Silverstone buildings, because he's the man controlling the buttons. As I said, he's just popped off for a comfort break. He'll be back in just a few moments. So, the format for this feature race, as Motive, as normal, will be a 15-minute qualifying session, and then we'll have a standard standing start, so with the qualifying positions for the feature race, and the feature race a bit longer than the sprint race, with a mandatory pit stop. As far as pit stop goes, guys have to make that pit stop. They don't have to change anything, don't have to put tyres on, don't have to put fuel in, don't have to do damage. They just have to do their pit stop. I'm guessing that Mark is back from his comfort break.
I'm back from my comfort break, mate. Thank you very much.
That's right. You haven't missed anything.
Cool.
So, yeah, I was just telling everyone what this race is going to be like, and that we have a new champion, or a reigning champion, or a ongoing champion. Did you get a chance to look up the last year?
Didn't finish that. I'll do that now. I'll give you 2 seconds. Last year's Tier 1 Clios is what I'm after, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I've got a feeling it was G, to be honest. But
I'll double check now, mate.
Yeah, we're on board with Cobb, who's running the same livery as the Only G. Cobb's come up from Tier 2 as a guest. He was at the sharp end of Tier 2, moves up to Tier 1 for next season. Kurt V is your new champion for Tier 2. He's also joining us this evening for this racing. He moves up next year to Tier 1. So he's joined us for this evening. If you're in the chat watching us there at home, please do give us a like at the very least. But if you want to make a comment, please do. We love to hear your comments. Between me and Mark, we'll answer any question that you've got. Not saying it's going to be the right answer or even a sensible one, to be fair, but we will answer it. That's for certain sure. So if you've got a question, bring it in. Motorsport related would be better. I'm not so good on current affairs and, world politics or even agony aunt stuff. If you've got some sort of strange rash, we don't want to hear about that, to be fair. We can give you an answer, but it might not be the right one and probably not the best advice to follow either. But please do feel free to ask us anything you like at all.
I've got the answer to change the subject from that very interesting subject to your
He was
question.
going off on a tangent a bit there, Mark, probably,
absolutely. Well, I have a guess.
The only G.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, he did really well last season. He stormed away with it, 64 point lead. He just generally overall in that particular season, he won 5 races, not surprisingly for the G. And let's have a quick scan of the key, winners of previous races in the Tier 1 Clio's. Give me 2 seconds. Clio Cup. Here we go.
So yes, the only G. We need someone to take him on next season, don't we? To properly take him on.
Well, either that or we'll have to just, go around his house and tie him up and ban him, one or the other. That'd be an easy one, wouldn't it? This season so far, we could do that.
Yeah, take one of his wheels off.
Go around there with some heavies and a couple of baseball bats.
Well, I think that's a little bit extreme, Mark, to be fair, but I thought maybe starts the grid back in the grid every round or something. Not like not go around and kneecap him. Wasn't quite what I had in mind,
Exactly. Comical. Anyway, let's say the G so far this season has been an outstanding driver, as he was last season. So he's won 1, 2, 3 races and come 3rd and 2nd in practically most of the others, and got an 8th and the 6th. And that's consistency for you. And you've just got to try and get as many 1st, 2nd, and 3rds to be in with a shout. As you can go for it.
Yeah, consistency wins championships, doesn't it, Mark?
It does, yes, as you call me, Mr. Consistent sometimes.
Absolutely, Mr. Consistent,
consistently bad this season in touring cars. I've been doing really well in not too bad, but been doing the consistent championship I've been really well in at the moment is the Formula Renault. I've really got to love that car over the season.
Yeah,
I mean your man Dan's an awesome driver in his Formula Renault, as is Ben Harkey. Yeah, absolutely, and Nicky is a very consistent driver as well. I've really got into those cars. It's a shame we're going to another format for the Saturday races, because I'd really love them. But it's nice to try something different, see how the Formula Rookies go.
Yeah, absolutely. Formula Rookies, as you're quite right, is going to be next season in replace of Formula Renaults. I haven't raced the Formula Renaults on Motive, but it's probably my favourite car in the whole game.
Is it?
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love
They're just so
Formula
planted, aren't they?
Oh, they're lovely, aren't they?
You can go around corners.
Yeah.
And if you lose it in those cars, you can slide them and control them pretty well, can't you?
Yeah, they are a great car, and as I say, one of my it is my favourite car on this game for sure. So so at the moment, no surprise. Well, I say that. I was going to say that no surprise that the only G is actually fastest, but as I opened my mouth, John Boy went a little bit quicker. The top 10 all covered by a second at the moment. See these guys all staying in the slip of everyone else. So it's very, very tight here for qualifying, for sure.
As always, mate.
Yes,
always,
indeed.
By second.
Shall we have, Bart, a quick chat about the weekend coming up?
Mate, what's the word I was going to come out with my mouth? I thought you'd never ask.
Never ask. Well, a lot of you think that well, there's a Grand Prix on this weekend, but that's insignificant, and I believe it's at a new venue as well. But that's an insignificant thing, because what's also happening
Massively.
Absolutely, and what's also happening over on Simplay Motorsport, which is I was going to say a rival channel. They're not rivals. Simplay and Motives are very good friends, and there's a lot of guys who race over here on Motive.
Help
also
each
race.
other out. They commentate on either, and it's kind of
absolutely.
To me it should be seen as a partnership as well.
Absolutely, a partnership. Yeah, a partner league is probably one of the better ways to put it. They are work very, very closely together, Motive and Simplay. Well, over on Simplay this weekend is the 24-hour of Nürburgring. Now it's Simplay were going to do a 24-hour anyway, and when we had the sad passing of Sabine Schmidt, I made a suggestion to Matt, who runs Simplay, that we did the 24-hour around the Nürburgring as the Nürburg 24-hour. Luckily, he was thinking along the same lines, so we came up with a concept that we're going to do the 24-hour at the Nürburgring. And I'm not talking just the GP, the Namby-Pamby GP circuit. I'm talking about the full Nordschleifer,
the
whatever
green
it is,
hell.
142. Yeah, the green hell. The full, probably, arguably, the most technical track in the world, and probably the most dangerous and most need of concentration. And I know you've been there before, Mark, haven't you? In for real.
I've driven round that track for real about 30 times, both on the Green Hell, the Nordschleifer on its own, which is typically what you get on what you call a touristy weekend.
Yeah.
But one particular weekend, they did actually open up both the Grand Prix circuit and the Nordschleifer Green Hell together, which is what we're going to be doing.
That's right.
And
it's
so different. I mean, you've got the Grand Prix track, which is wide. It's like a Grand Prix track, loads of space, loads of runoff.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, you turn a corner and you're onto the Green Hell, which has got no runoff, no room for a mistake, and it is scary but exciting at the same time. So yeah, it brings a lot back to me. I've driven on it in real life. I've actually also gone to see a weekend where I didn't drive on the track, where I went to see the Nürburgring 24-hour. So I've been at one of those events. The exact event we're doing, which was amazing. Just a great laugh weekend with your mates, and they open up the track where you can actually walk on the track before the actual race in the evening, which is always great to do. And yeah, I mean, mate, I'm so excited, and obviously. There's a charity page that's
right.
been opened up by Simplay. Cancer research. Go on, mate. Carry on.
Yes, I was just going to say exactly that, really, because Sabine Schmidt sadly passed away due to cancer. She was only 51 years old, and she was the winner of the Nuremberg 24-hour twice.
Won it twice.
So, 1996 and 1997 she won it. So
totally different cars in those days to what they are now. They were basically like Ford Sierras.
I think she did it in a BMW, as I remember. But she was she won some other stuff in Porsche Championships as well, so on and so forth. So the whole kind of concept came up from the passing of Sabine. So of course she passed away for cancer. So Simplay Motorsport have set up a page so we can make donations to cancer research, which a lot of people have already made donations. Page only went up today. When I came, just before we came on air, I think it was up to about £330. It's something, if you want to join us, we'll be starting on Friday night at 8 p.m, going right the way through Friday night and into Saturday, all the way to 8 p.m. You're driving, aren't you, Mart?
I am driving, absolutely. I'm going to try and get in at least probably 16 hours of driving, which is pretty heavy. Obviously, put the AI on, and for part of it, I did ask my wife if she wanted to take a bit of it, but I thought, I better not. I'll trust the AI. But plenty of energy drinks, bit of chocolate, cup of tea. Back to your cup of tea point. And try and sort of. Do you know? I mean, I'll have to check with Simplay. Do you know? Obviously it starts at 8 p.m. Is there going to be qualifying and practice?
No,
straight into the race, just random grid.
Yeah, it's going to be a random grid. Being that qualifying isn't going to be quite so important when you're on track for 24 hours. It's an endurance race. It's going to be who's there at the end, really, isn't it? And being that the Nordschleife is so incredibly long, a quick lap around there or a quick lap on the game in the cars that we're playing is like an 8.5 minute. 8.5 minutes to do a lap. By the time you've done qualifying, you've done another half an hour just to get some sort of grid.
That's a sensible move. Yeah,
absolutely. So there's no qualifying. Straight in it at 8 o'clock. I'm driving as well. Me and this guy on screen now on Orthodubs. My son Daniel. We are sharing the driving. We are going to be in the same room and sharing the driving, and also
driving a Porsche, aren't you?
We are, we're in a no, sorry, what am I talking about? No, we've changed from that to a Ginetta. We're driving a Ginetta.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
We did some testing in it last night, and we decided in the end that we were going to run the Ginetta. So we'll also be jumping in and out of commentary as well. So both me and Dan will be we're doing double shifts, really. Do you know what I mean?
Give me a shout. Make sure that I've got a fair few people from work who are going to be plugging into the stream. So if you can, who's ever directing, that probably might be Matt, but whatever. That's give me a shout. It's a long track. You tend to be quite. I would imagine you'd be a little bit on your lonesome in part of the track because it's such a long track and there's 16 drivers. So there's definitely going to be a bit of gapping going on, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be about, it's going to be, like I said, about survival, really, more than it is racing.
Survival from not falling asleep.
Yeah, from all those things. I mean, the Nordschleife, yourself, is as you rightly said, the GP track. It's an FIA Grade 1 track, is the Nürburgring. And then it's like turning off the M5 onto a country lane, because the Nordschleife is narrow. It's a lot of corners, a lot of off-camber corners, late apexes. There's very little that's straightforward on the Nordschleife. So it's going to be about keeping your head, really, and not just nodding off, but just going through the night driving the Nordschleife. It's going to be a hell of a challenge.
It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. Driving in the night is cool.
Absolutely, and we'll come off that now because we're here on Motive. I would like to say thank you to the Motive team who have put some of their races on hold over the weekend and moved them around so that SimPlay can do this event. And I'd just like to thank the team at Motive for doing that because, as I said,
it's a partnership thing, isn't it? Because
this is it, and it's all for a good cause. My missus just flashed her phone up in front of my face. We're up to £375. So far.
Wow.
So if you want to get involved, it's for a great cause. Please go on the page and donate. Just search out SimPlay on Facebook or on YouTube and you'll get where you're going. So back to the Clios. We have a grid qualified. John Boy was your quickest man from the Only G. We line up for a standing start this time, so we'll just wait for these guys to get synced up. So the Only G is on pole. I don't know what.
John Boy got a grid place penalty for some reason. Yeah.
Okay. That'll be why. So 40 laps round this Silverstone National. Mandatory pit stop. I don't honestly know when the pit lane is open, but it'll probably be, 8 or 10 for the pit lane to be open. And as I said, got to make a mandatory pit stop. Don't have to do anything. Don't have to change tyres. Don't have to put fuel in. But it does have to happen. So when they take that, it's up to them when the pit window is open, any time between there and lap 39. As you can see the grid, as we just file back through the grid, you can see the way they line up. All the championship, I say champion contenders. We haven't got championship contenders because the Only G's got it, but still second place to sort out, second and third, and all the rest of it. And the two guys at the back are our guests: Kurt V, new champion for Tier 2, and Cobb joining us as guests from Tier 2. So last race of the season. Looking forward to this one, Mark.
Exciting, mate. Last race of the Clio season should be a barnstormer, mate. We've got 40 laps of tight, close racing, and let's see how they get into this first corner. And obviously the really tough one, how they go past this first corner, is going to be tight. So the G. Let's see if we can get a clear run on it.
Absolutely. Do you want to make a prediction for a winner?
I am going to go for Laney. Come on, Laney.
I'm going to go for
Team
Dan.
Prolapse.
Yeah, Prolapse. Come on, boys. As we're under starters' orders. And we're away. We are green. Green here at Silverstone. Murray Walker's Spirit just joined us there, I think. Hard to say. Even start. Everyone's going in the right direction at the moment, but it's only G. Is it? John Boy right close to him as they come through the first turn down to this next tricky one. They don't quite go onto the Maggots and Beckett section. They turn off just before that. Or just start to touch the Maggots and Beckett's. As you see, the only G is away in front. John Boy in second, Delore in third, Laney and Laney and Dan in close company in fourth and fifth. The Prolapse boys. So even start from everyone. Everyone's in there and everyone's clean.
Look at this corner coming into club, mate. It's going to be
look
really.
at touch.
Oh, Laney and was that no John Boy and
John Boy
Laney.
and
No,
G.
Yeah, oh, someone's gone a bit wide though.
Few
people gone a bit wide. Yeah, absolutely. So it's all very, very close racing. It's exciting. I just absolutely love Clios with this close driving.
Yeah, already has John Boy got a slowdown already because he just tucked out of the out of the battle and just was slowed down a little bit. So I think he probably had a slowdown. Yeah, he was going to take it.
You don't want to slow down too early in the that really would annoy me, having a slow down on the first lap.
Yeah, lap one. Yeah, that would be annoying. But he's taken it anyway. So so the only G leads half a second now from Delore, and Dan up into third place. Go on, my son. Up into third, Laney in fifth, John Boy in fourth in between the two. Then you've got the house rocker Kurt. He's come up quite away from the back, hasn't he? Kurt's had a cracking good start up to seventh place. Lap two, nice and dry and no fog right at the moment. Looks like a more middle part of the day, which is nice.
Should be clear of that. Delore, nice little slide around the corner there, and Dan came into club in third place. He was right on the chuff of Delore, and he had to put his brakes on. I could see his back end squirmed out a little bit, which is he controlled that quite well, because you know what it's like, sometimes you slam on the brakes, your back end squirms out, and that's it, you lose control. But he probably had a really sort of heart in the mouth moment there. But Dan's obviously still in third place, doing a great job with John Boy. Very close shot, pressure in him, nice little toe out of the back of that very fast fourth, fifth gear corner. See how the fare coming into this corner here now.
Dan's got it covered off.
Got it covered, nice bit of defensive manoeuvre there. But he's going to be very, very close. And Laney is hounding John Boy. I'm going to go to bumper cam to see how close that looks now from Laney's point of view. Not as close as I thought. Let's have a look at John Boy coming in behind.
Only G's got a penalty already.
Oh, he's taken it. You know, just like he said to us in the lobby earlier. It's just like get on with it. You know, stick with the pack, and it's more fun that way. Very, very tight racing here, Laney. This gaggle of 5 drivers, and then we've got a bit of a gap from Kurt to the next gaggle, with MeltedDazzer and Kurt very, very close driving there to Kurt's rear end, and WSRJ in the mix of it. Very tight. So who's going to win this one coming into this corner? Oh, nice, lovely little
melted.
Great little move there by WSRJ. Actually, he's managed to, get in front of Kurt with Melted. Managed to just keep that. But WSRJ sits on a good front. Broke a bit late. Oh, he's gone
Jay's dropped it. Commentator's curse. That was
commentator's curse. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, WSRJ. Appreciate it. He was doing well.
Yeah,
bless him. Let's go back up to the front here. So Laney and this gaggle of 5 cars here. Let's hope they can keep us entertained for the whole of the race of this gaggle, this close driving here. So
yes, they've broken away, these 5 from the rest of the pack a little bit, haven't they? All in close company. So first down to Laney in 5th, just 1.2 seconds covers the whole of those 5. All jostling for position. G's out there in front, still keeping it out in front, but he's under pressure from these 4. All 4 of these want to win the race. Everybody wants to win the race, don't they? Of
course.
But they all want to have a crack at the title.
Last race of the season. It doesn't matter where you are, just getting that first place is a great feeling. Right?
Yes.
No matter what you're doing, it really is.
Yes,
I remember
indeed.
the first race I won, actually. Talking about the first race I won at Motive was actually at Ruins de Descartes, the French one.
Oh, Rue de
The one
Easter.
that you mentioned. Rue de Easter.
Yeah, I loved that
that's
one. Yeah, I loved that one. I did. Yeah.
It's a great track on that one, the one with the 60s cars on it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because I pointed that out, didn't I? That all the cars were in the 60s on that one. I did quite a lot of practice for that one in the touring cars. Tricky
So
track
did
with
I.
those curbs, isn't it?
Those curbs are horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to
Yeah.
keep it on the actual track itself. But one thing I found on that track is, that very small pit lane.
Yes.
As you went past the pit lane, you went down the hill, and which is flat out, more
Yeah.
or less.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of a lift on that left-hander, which is a fast left-hander.
Yeah.
God, I love
Formula
it. And then you
Renault's
go
round
into-
it. What do you reckon?
I've never done it. Have you
Yeah.
done that on Renault?
No,
Have
I
you?
can't think I have, but I might well do after this race. That sounds like a bit of
Worth a
fun,
go.
doesn't it?
Maybe you and I should set up a private lobby, Mrs.
Yeah.
And try that one out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So,
I think
this-
that could be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I remember, as I say, the first time I won, it was a great feeling winning your first race. Just coming back to that, it's kind of a weight off your shoulder to get you to break your duck, if you like.
Well, I haven't had that pleasure yet.
I'm sure it'll happen, mate. Keep your head down, focus.
Well, I need to be driving, so because I haven't driven for I haven't driven the Tier 2 for a couple of weeks. So
you haven't done. Have you done anything this season?
I did I did the first couple of rounds in Tier 2 touring cars, but no, after that I haven't done anything. So
oh right, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking
It's-
forward to winning the 24 on Saturday.
Absolutely.
That'd be nice. Yeah. At least I got a good
awesome.
teammate who might make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Dan has been putting in some practice for that, hasn't he?
Yeah,
So,
he's done well. We both have. So yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. And 24 would be a little bit diluted if we won that. I would love to do it, of course, but it would be a little bit diluted if I do it with Dan, considering Dan's such a quick driver. But looking forward to my maiden wing when it comes. One day.
I'm sure he will, mate. Sure he will.
Yeah.
So back on these five, they're still very close together, doing an extreme great job entertaining us all on stream now, and it's kind of as you were, really. And we'll just have to wait and see. Well, made some mistake, mate, and that's the way
Seems
it
to be
happens.
the way,
Maybe
doesn't
a bit
it?
of rubbing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
It's either going to be that, or the pit stops will pull them apart.
Yes, good point. When is this pit stop window open?
That's a good question.
Imagine.
And being a good
it's-
quality commentator that I am, you would think I would have that information, but I don't.
Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look and see if it's in there, because I'm not in the Tier 2. Sorry, in the Clio group. Pit window is it's in general chat. It's on lap 13 onwards, mate.
There
So
we
we've got
go.
a few
Lap
more laps.
13 onwards. Yep.
Yeah.
So, lap 13, we'll see who. I mean, as you say, they're all close. Mind you, the top two, G and John Boy, have just broken away a little bit from Dan, Laney, and Delore. So, these three want to work together again now to try and just get that gap back to these two front two and put them back under pressure.
Absolutely. I mean, you've commentated on all of the Clio Tier 1 races this season, right? So, quite a few different tracks. I've done a fair few with you, probably about 60-70% of them with you. And of the ones that I've done, I'll tell you my favourite track that's really suited these cars, and maybe you can tell me yours. I'll come straight out with it. I thought that the racing that they had at forgot the name of it now. It's the US. It's the US track, the one that Laney was taking that very odd line on. Do you remember when he was coming down? That was such tight, close racing, wasn't it?
Was it Laguna? Wasn't Laguna Seca? Was
no,
it?
not Laguna Seca.
I can't remember where we've. Hang on, let me grab my phone.
It had the infield part of the track, but it also had obviously a banked oval. It was a Texas road course. Before Laguna Seca. That was proper exciting. With do you remember? It was like Laney had to come out of the pits on the last lap, and and managed to make the win, didn't he? It was just so exciting, mate. I was in my element. I was getting really excited. This track, it's okay, but it doesn't inspire me with the setup like Texas did, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I find that Monza Short always does really well with these cars.
That's
although
close.
although it's only it's like 2 corners and 2 straights, really. Do you know what I mean? And look at this. This is John Boy, is it? No, Laney going around the outside of the only G and making it stick. Oh, pushing and shoving going on here. What? Laney's suddenly woken up. Somebody just giving him a nudge or what?
Come on, Laney. I've got my money on you.
But just to finish off our conversation, probably Monza Short has been one of my favourites. But last season, they did Red Bull Ring Short, and that was just one of the best Clio races I've ever commentated on. I think it was like 25 laps, and the whole field was covered by a second for like 25 laps. It was
my God.
Unreal driving. But the Clios never cease to bring up action, do they? They're always they're always bringing up good racing, and it's Pro Laps 1-2 right at the moment, and Orthodub's up into second place, although rubbing indestructible wing mirrors with the only G at the moment. But the G's gonna. Oh no, he's not gonna get round there by the looks of it. Dan's gonna hold him off and push him right to the outside. That was rude. I bet they're in the party together and probably giggling about it, to be fair. This is giving John Boy an opportunity to go right round the outside of Dan. Dan comes across. He had a slow down, or is he letting G through? I think he might have had a slow down, or maybe he's bored and he decides he wants to go back to the back of the train and start all over again. But certainly all the wing mirrors are intact, but we knew they would be.
He's taken that because he knows that he's going to be with this group of 4 for this group of 5, including himself, for a while yet. And Dan's just taken that slow down so he can keep the fun. Oh, what a sideways move there by Dan! He really chucked it in for a bit of fun. Maybe he heard us on the stream there and he thought he'd do a little bit of showboating for us. But that was a nice little sort of chuck into that corner. But he wants to stick with this group of 4. Oh, G's come out wide there to try and have a little move on John Boy, but couldn't make that stick. But Laney's still out front. There's going to be a chopping and changing on this one for at least for most of the race, I would say. So we've got another lap, and then pit window opens, mate.
Absolutely. In the comments, Nicky's here from Pro Laps. I love you, Kelly and Mark. We love you too, Nicky.
Bless you.
Yeah, bless him. My teammate for next year over on Simplay, and Nicky again, Laney and Dan, Team Pro Laps certainly are, and doing very well at the moment. Nicky, they are as well. Well, Laney is. Dan's playing around again.
He's there.
You know, he is. If he's showboating with his slides, then he should know better. He lost a race win on Simplay last week. When they did, now what did they do? Texas Motor Speedway Oval in the NASCARs, and Daniel did his bit of showboating out in front, lost it, and then came into the pits too fast and got disqualified after 150 laps or whatever it was, 160 laps. Yeah. Showboating doesn't get you anywhere. You know, it ain't.
God.
You know,
it's not clever. It's not
clever.
Don't
it's not
do
clever,
it.
man. No, it's not clever. It may look cool, but it ain't clever.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't see Lewis Hamilton doing that, do you? When he's trying to win his championship. He might do the donuts at the end at Abu Dhabi, but that's about it. But John Boy's managed to get himself up into first, and Laney's now hit back down to fourth. But
all chop and
again,
change
means nothing really. But this group seems to pull away. Is there any chance that Kurt can bridge that gap? He's currently in about 5 seconds behind.
Well, he's got his own problems. Him and MeltedDazzer are going at it pretty hard, swapping positions forward and back and whatever. And on track, it doesn't look like a lot, does it? But in the Clio, 5 seconds, give or take, four and a bit is quite a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. So Dan's actually taken a penalty. at the moment. And let's have a quick look at the timings board to see what if I can get this moving over. And the penalty said the G's got 3, Dan's only got 1 second, so it's kind of neither here nor there, but a second's a fair bit in this world of Clios. But yeah, that won't be the only penalties we have by the end of the night, mate. We'll have quite a few,
no doubt.
Sure.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Most of the field.
No one's gone in the pits. No one's gone in the pits yet.
Vigler, as you just say it, Vigler's just gone in. Just as you said it. There you go. So first person to blink on the pit stops on lap 14. Pit window was 13 onwards, so you can take their pits any time between now and lap 39. So Vigler's the first one.
There's your quick fit, guys.
Quick fit, more like no, I bet not. Yeah, there's nothing quick about these guys at all, unless you want your headlights changed, and then they're amazing. But they never need to do mirrors, because the mirrors are indestructible. But they can do headlights and stuff like that in a millisecond. But don't ask them to change tyres. Sometimes they don't even bother. Sometimes they won't even do it. You know, the most ignorant pit crew you've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Apparently, there's a setting. I only found out this the other day on Project Cars. You can have like all the realism up high, so you can have pit crew errors come in.
Yeah.
So they'll drop like a nut or something like that, so the wheel doesn't go on, and you know, other things that can happen in reality, to be honest. Which to be honest, I think this pit crew probably would drop a few nuts, wouldn't they?
Well, yeah, you say all the things that happen in reality, except actually doing it quickly, because they never do anything quickly. That's why so many of the championships on Motive and on Simplay as well, the guys just don't want to change tyres because it takes so incredibly long for the mechanics to do it, and if they do it at all. And we've had some certainly had some races this season where it's been a wet to dry or dry to wet, and the guys just the pit crew haven't bothered. They just we want wet tyres now. We can't be bothered to put wets on. Let's have no pair of slicks. You know, they are useless. But it's enough about the pit crew.
You don't like them fellas, do you?
Well,
them, you know?
They've only got one job, Mark, innit? They've only got one job, and they don't do that, you know. So, you know,
I know.
I'm sure, and I hope and pray that Slightly Mad Studios, whether if they're doing a Project Cars 4, because we don't talk about 3 because it was rubbish. If they're doing a Project Cars 4, I really do hope that they, make the pit crew a little bit sharper, please. If anyone's listening from
the crew, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this gaggle of 5 are coming up fairly close to some back markers I noticed on the previous view. So we'll start to see them come up to that. In fact, if I go to bring the map up on the screen, you'll see that. So you can see over. I'm assuming you can see the map on your side.
I can.
Kelly.
Yeah.
So that gaggle of 5 looks like one complete circle. Coming up to, looks like a couple of back markers. I'd assume that's Veligric and Cobb. Maybe they both pitted, which is why they're currently that far back.
You must be right. Well, we know Veligric's pitted for sure, so yeah, you're probably exactly right.
Melt is just coming in for his pit, his mandatory pit stop. I doubt anybody's changing any tyres on this race. It's not the kind of car where you do that. I tell you, a race in a car where you should change tyres, and that's the Renault, Formula Renault. On a full feature race, you should absolutely change the tyres because they really tail off pretty quickly. And when you get a nice fresh pair of boots on, it's like a completely different car when you've gone back in again. It is like heaven. It really is. I mean, and they've done really well with this game in terms of the realism. That people say that the tyre wear in this thing is not that real, but it is actually. It's not too bad for a simulator with regards to the tyres tailing off towards the end of, say, 20 laps, and then you put a fresh pair on, and it's a completely different car. It's just like it was back on the first lap.
And let's be fair to the game. The game was 2017. The game is 4 years old now, and you know as well as anybody, Mark, that in the software IT kind of world, that's a lifetime. A lifetime. So, do you know what I mean? It's been such a good game for so long.
You know, and there is talk of a touring car game coming very, very soon, which is supposed to be very good. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's supposed to be very, very good, coming very soon.
Do you know which platform? Is it on PS or is it?
I think it's going to come. I think it's coming PC first, and then maybe to PS5. But don't quote me on that too much. But I know it's coming. So yeah, I mean, that's something to look forward to, and there's a lot of hype about that, and apparently it's going to be very good. So that's something to look forward to. But this game, I mean, I'm a big fan of this game. There is things that we would like to change, you know, and again, sim racing itself has become so much more popular in the last couple of years that surely these software studios are looking at making it more more compatible for sim racing, you know. And I know ACC is very much more a platform for sim racing, for, you know, kind of proper esports kind of stuff. But yeah, so many people don't get on with it quite so well. I mean, I've never played ACC, so I don't know. But
yeah,
you know.
I'm just looking at the game. Is it BTCC 2022? Is that
could well be? Could well be, my friend. Yeah. Absolutely.
Just looking at it, I'll have a read about that.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds good, and there's a lot of hype about it for sure. So we'll look forward to that. I reckon these 5, you know, are just playing at it. You know, I think they're probably all in a party, and they're just playing. Yeah,
just
absolutely.
saying, we'll just do this for Kelly and Martin.
We'll just make it interesting for them. Yeah. In the chat, we got Nicky saying that Dan knows what he's doing, gets a bit bored and he drops back. I know that, Nicky. I have a little bit of experience with Dan's what Dan does. And Simplay boys better be ready for me and Kelly. Well, you're quite right, Nicky. They better be ready for us on track. There's got to be somebody at the back. So looking forward to that. And Nicky again saying Motive Racing rocks. Yes, it does. We thoroughly enjoy being involved with all that Motive do. Is touring car been postponed this weekend, or is that still on?
It is postponed, yeah.
It is postponed,
it's been moved to the following weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, thanks to Motive for moving all their schedule around to accommodate the 24-hour. That's last race of the season as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Over to Brands
GP.
No, is it?
Yeah, Brands GP. I can't tell you. I do have touring car information in front of me, and it is Brands GP. Yeah.
No, it's not, mate. It's Silverstone National. Right. It's here. It's here.
Silverstone National. No, you're quite right. It's not the last round of the season. There's another round after that, which is Brands GP. So just
going to check the date on when Silverstone National. Yes, it's on the 2nd of May. So yes, they've postponed it for a week.
Yes.
Which has to be done because we're all going to be completely shattered by the end of Saturday night.
Thank God it's a bank holiday weekend, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? On the day of Saturday, I've got my brother-in-law round and his family, and we're having a barbecue. So I said to my wife,
you entertain them.
Well, I'm the man who does the barbecue in the house.
Of course you are, because you're a man.
Man have
time,
fire.
Innit?
Man have fire. Man will cook.
Yeah, man have meat.
Man have meat. So that'll be one of my break times. I'll take a couple of hours out for that, but that's the max amount of time I'm spending with my brother-in-law and his wife and family. Sorry, I do love them.
It sounds like it. Yeah, sorry, can't chat to you. I'm in the middle of a racing.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
You cook your own sausages.
There's your tongs. There's your matches. Crack on. By the way, do me a burger while you're at it.
Yeah.
You know,
tongs are in the drum, burgers are in the freezer. Crack on. I'll have cheese on mine and a beer.
Crack on. Yeah. So I'll be taking at least a couple of hour break on that one. It'd be a good time for me to just, let's be honest, 24-hour, mate. I mean, on one person, you know.
Yeah.
Is crazy. Is a tall order. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah. And mate,
Absolutely.
the only type of all-nighters that I pull nowadays is not getting up to the loo in the middle of the night, you know. So, you know, pulling an all-nighter is going to be, you know, it's going to
Talk
be.
about a little story for the viewers and all that from last night, because we've got a little dog, and he sleeps in our bedroom. Bless him, he's only a little dog, he's a sweet little thing. First ever time, 3 years old, woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Said, "I need you to take me out." But bless him, he's never done that.
Right.
Ever, but at least he woke us up. Do you know what I mean? Says, I need to go out. Do you
Absolutely.
know what I mean? So I'm down there with my bloody slippers outside in the garden. He's doing his business down the end of the garden, but God, dear me, that's what happened to me at 3 a.m. this morning.
Well, he'll be able to keep you company on the weekend, won't he? Up
Yeah,
late.
bless him. That's right. He'll sit next to me while I'm in the seat driving around an Nordschleifer. Anyway, back to the race. Let's see, we've still got this gaggle of 5 people having a right old tussle. And they're getting mixed up with a few of the back markers by the looks of it. So let's go back on board with the G. The G's currently leading the group with Laney in second place and Delore in third. John Boy in fourth, and Dan still in that group, bringing it up into 5th place. So well and truly sort of out in front. Kurt's 17 seconds behind. He hasn't pitted, otherwise we'd expect to see a bigger gap than 17 seconds. You'd see at least well up into close to the 30s, I would say. So this group of 5 have just kind of, you know,
Got away
with
with
it. And Dan's tailed off a little bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's backed off. What's happened to Dan?
Don't know, actually. You know, needs to get his head down if he wants to get back in with the fun with this group of 4. But yeah, the G is doing as usual, commanding the race. As I say, Laney's my bet. Come on, mate. This is for you. This is for your pay rise.
Oh, well, if there was Dan goes into the pits, I thought he might do that, you know. I thought he might go into the pits just then. Yeah, because he'd fallen so far back. It was probably the most sensible thing to do. Wow, I didn't. If there was a pay rise on offer in my world, I'd probably win a few more races. To be fair, you'd see I'd be much more motivated. We've got in the chat what we got. The wall saying. You should try ACC, Kelly, that sound in big capitals of the cars. So, yeah, apparently it sounds really nice, ACC.
It does sound good.
Right. Yeah, so, yeah, it is something I should try. You're quite right. And Nikki's saying I need to get a bit more time in on ACC. The sound is amazing. So, certainly got the sound sorted out.
So do I, actually, mate.
Yeah.
I need to give it some justice. I bought it not so long ago because look at these all 4 of them come in. Look at them. Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
let's have a look. Let's go back to the who's at the back of this group. It's John Boy. Just in terms of the grid spots, John Boy's come out first.
They should all they should all come out quite evenly. There's no reason. Oh, hang on. Yeah, there's no reason why they shouldn't come out reasonably evenly. These two have. What's John Boy doing
over there? John Boy pulled over.
No, I tell you, these guys are messing about. I tell you. So where's Dan in all this? Where's Dan going to come back out?
Is Dan still out in the? He's not gone in yet. So he's.
Dan's pitted. So where is he?
He's already
in
pitted.
relation?
That's true.
Yeah. So he's going to come out behind G. Right behind G.
Yeah, literally behind G. He's done well there, caught up.
Yeah. G's fallen back quite a bit, hasn't he? He's lost out to.
Did he change tyres?
I wouldn't have thought so. He'd still be in there, wouldn't he?
But he was in that group though, wasn't he?
I know.
So...
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if his pit stop was just longer. I don't know. Maybe his mechanics don't like him. I don't know. So maybe the pit stop, the lollipop guy doesn't like G and maybe held him a bit longer. I'm not sure. I don't think he would have changed tyres. He would have been in there longer than that if he'd changed tyres. But
could have been, yeah. But that makes Laney in the lead now in terms of this group, the
kind
old
of the
original
lead,
gaggle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, for sure. So we got another 13 laps or 12 laps to go. So still all to play for. Yeah, so net leader is Laney at the moment. All the guys, oh, who's that? Getting very sideways. Very sideways. Someone, WSRJ getting a very Larry there, getting out of the way of the leaders. And so Laney coming up.
Not the leaders. They won't have the blue flag because.
Sorry, yes. Yeah, he's put for position. Yeah.
For position, yeah. You can see if Laney's going to do a late break here. Watch him. There he goes, late break. Good old drive there, by
To be fair, I don't think Jay was particularly getting in the way there, was he? He knew this wasn't really for
True.
position, but
true. He's back on him behind there, but yeah, you're right. He knows that Laney's on it.
Absolutely.
So a bit of a gap now from Laney to John Boy. So
that top five has all spaced out a bit now, haven't they?
They have, haven't they?
Yeah, the pit stop really has kind of ruined that battle for us all, really.
Yeah, but I mean, that sometimes can be the curse of the pits, but also the beauty of the pits to really mix up the race. You know, as I say, I go back to that Texas road course one when Laney left his pit till the very last lap, and I was saying he's going to come out, and he did, sure enough, come out in front of a gaggle of around 3 or 4 cars and go on to win the race. It was a great strategic move by Laney, to be honest. While he was also driving on the infield bit, you remember everyone was on the banking bit and he was on the bit where I was going, what the hell is he doing? You remember that point? So Kirk's at the moment the natural leader, but looks like he hasn't pitted yet at the front on the 30th lap with 10 more laps to go, with Nickthevilla in second place, also yet to pit. DeHuisRocker in third, also yet to pit. Laney, who has pitted. WSRJ, I don't believe has pitted. John Boy has. I'm not in that group. I think
yes, he was.
In that group, wasn't he? Yeah. And then you've got the G and Dan in 9th place of the only G.
Absolutely, they've all kind of spaced out a little bit. So just jumping to the chat again, Sam M. Some great racing from all the drivers tonight across both tiers. Already looking forward to next season. Yes, indeed. Thank you for your comments, Sam. Clio's never ceased to entertain. So yes, there'll be another season. I believe it'll be season 9, will it? I think we're on season 8, aren't we?
Season
7.
No,
sorry,
it'll be season 8. It'll be season 8. It'll be season 8, won't it? Yeah,
absolutely. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I think G's already done the courses. The timetable for the Clios.
Yes, so get signed up. Yeah, people.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you fancy it, Sam M, sign up for tier 2 if you can get in. I don't know if you can, because there'll probably be only a gap of about 4 or 5 weeks, and then we'll be back on again. So looking forward to another season of Clios.
I think Laney's either took it, just while you were talking, Laney either took a slowdown, or he wants John Boy to be near him to have a bit of fun with him, which is fair enough. He's in no contention to win the race, but Laney likes a bit of fun, right? So he's got himself close to John Boy, because he was probably pulling away. But and Philgreen goes a bit. WSRJ goes a little bit wide there on that corner. Delorie's tyres were falling off there, by the look of it.
Yeah, he was certainly outsawing the wheel there, by the looks of it.
They were, weren't they?
Yeah,
absolutely. So we've got 9 laps to go, and John Boy, if he wins this or even comes second, is pretty well sorted. One thing we've missed: Luti's out. Luti's not in the list.
Where is Luti? And what does that do for the championship? Because Luti was in third, wasn't he?
That's a good point, actually. Let's have a look.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh,
did Luti even start the race? I don't even know. I mean, I'm so busy chatting to you that I've hardly watched the racing.
don't know, mate, actually, whether he... I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't remember seeing him anywhere, but we were concentrating on the top 5 for quite a while. So I don't know what's happened to Luti.
So Dan, where's Dan at the moment? Dan has got an outside chance.
He's at 9th at the moment.
So
ninth. Well, yeah,
what
there's
does
a
he
few
get?
people to pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you. Okay, here we go. I've got it all on a Google document somewhere.
Well, ninth gets 11 points for ninth, doesn't he?
But he won't finish there, mate, because
No,
there's a fair
you're
few
right, he
people
won't.
who've yet to.
Yeah.
So I think let's say he finishes
5th or 6th.
4th or 5th.
Yeah.
If he finishes 5th, which is 23 points,
Yeah.
he will basically, I mean, a mental math of the previous race. I think he was ahead of Luty on the previous race. So, Dan Manan,
Could end up
you
third.
could be, yes, you could get that lovely bronze medallion around your neck.
Yeah. I didn't realise they gave out medallions. Well, there we go. Is yours pride of place on the mantelpiece, is it?
Oh yeah, it's up there right now. I'm just looking at it right now, just over to my left-hand shoulder, and yeah, I polish it every day.
I bet. Yep, absolutely. And I would too if I had one. Yep. Yep. So Nickthevilla and DeHuisRocker have both come in to do their pit stop. Laney, as we say, is net first in this one. Kurt's still staying out. Might stay out to the dying moments, but it's Laney with John Boy back in close company. The only G, a few seconds back. Delore, Jay in the mix there as well. We don't think Jay's pitted yet, so. And then Dan in 7th at the moment. So looks like Dan has got a good chance of ending up 3rd in the championship if the maths work out like we think they do. As we lost Luty early on in the session. Look at these two going at it. Laney and John Boy. They're not. Neither one. I mean, John Boy's got this, second place sewn up. He can't beat the G. He's not going to go. He's not going to get beaten by anybody else. So he might as well have fun here with Laney, mightn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. See if you can see a bit of a slide from Laney around this first corner, like we've been seeing from the others. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
A little bit of slide sound around that, caressing the slide, as I said before.
Well, that's it. Yeah. You and the slider. Are
absolutely.
Yeah.
Getting it on.
Getting it on.
Slamming on the brake. In fact, let's go round with Laney on a lap round on board. And I'll do that as we start the. I'll come back to John Boy while we're waiting for Laney to start a fresh lap. I'll talk the viewers round this Silverstone National track as we go round in a second. Oh, very tight on his rear end there to get round as they're coming into. Oh, he's got a bit wide there as. Sorry, I mean a bit deep.
Yeah.
And coming in tight now. So let's go on board with Laney to take the. Viewers round the cockpit view from Laney's point of view. So going past the old start-finish straights, it's the old pit, because this uses the old pit for the national circuit. This particular corner is where you get a good bit of slide. So he's turning into the skid there. It's typically a fourth gear corner as you're coming into that, and see that John Boy is right in his mirrors here, but then he goes out wide and then comes in tight, hits the corner of the apex there and goes into, shoves on the brakes. Always important to get as tight as possible for that corner there. Leave yourself out wide so you get as much speed through onto the straight. Great use of that corner there by Laney. Moving over to the right hand side of the track, ready for the start of Spoon. Going out wide, coming down to third gear, tight on the corner, as tight as you possibly can do. Going out wide. Great lap here by Laney, really well orchestrated here, coming in tight and sort of feeding it round this very, very tricky corner back out to another lap. It's always a very quick lap, about 1 minute, mate.
Yes, indeed, and quick track. So quick laps. Nicely done, Mark.
Yeah, it's just a great view from Laney there. I mean, you can see he does a lot of go-karting for real. He works at a go-kart track, and he's got an MX-5 he takes on track days and things like that. So
we won't hold that against him.
His hairdresser's car, as you say.
Would I dare?
Would you dare? He's very handy, obviously on sim and also in real life, and a great man in real life as well. He's a real hard worker in the company that I work for, and does a really good job for everybody, and just a pleasant guy to be around, and a good laugh. God, he likes a drink. You know?
Oh, I like him already.
Yeah, there you go, mate. There you go. Kurt V's staying out as long as possible to make him, feel that I won tier 2 and I am leading tier 1 as we speak. But oh shit! Sorry. I've got to go in and have a pit stop. So he's yet to do that. So that ladies well and truly out front. Oh, very close here with John Boy now. John Boy's come right alongside him. Let's see how they come into this corner here.
Yes, indeed. Oh, they go side by side. Good racing from these two. Apologies for Mart's little slip up there. Don't worry yourself about it, my friend. I've said much worse. So.
Just a one-off is quite hard sometimes.
Yeah, it is. It's get carried away. And,
I think that was probably my first one since we've been commentating, so apologies.
Yeah. And as I said, I've done much worse. So,
Absolutely. So here comes Laney out tight into this corner. John Boy still keeping him well and truly honest as we head to the last 2 laps. This is surely going to be the front 2 with Kurt, who is now come into the pits. Here we go. He's doing his mandatory pit stop. So let's have a good old watch of these last 2 as the entertainers for the last round of the Clio Cup Clio Cup Tier 1 Championship with well and truly the Energy has won this, but let's see how these two can see the last 2 laps, sorry. Oh, yes. Come right across.
Yes, indeed. And I've been calling the corner towards the pits club. I was incorrect. That was Brooklands and Luffield. I knew that. I knew that really. Club is on the other side of the track.
It looks like a club, though. It looks like a golf club, like we said.
Well, yeah, it kind of does, yeah.
I'm going to call it club. I'm going to call it club.
Well, it's not, but you can, if you like. But it's Luffield.
Look at the G. The G's come in for a bit of fun.
That's right. He's found a second gear, and he's back on this one in the last lap. He just pops up from nowhere, doesn't he?
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Came out of nowhere for, don't forget about me.
That's right. Don't forget about me. I'm the champion here.
Yeah, exactly.
As they're on the last lap. So this is still anybody's race for these 3 here, isn't it? G is the only one with a penalty, of course, so he's unlikely to win it. So it's going to be Laney or John Boy, really. Look at that. Look. It's like, hello, the G's here. Oh, bit of pushing and shoving as John Boy gives him a nudge as they go round onto the straight. I can't remember what that straight. It doesn't say what that straight's called. National Straight.
It's a straight.
It's the straight. Yeah. As they come into, that's the Wellington Straight. They come into Brooklands and round Luffield for the last time. And as you can probably imagine, I've just brought up the track map after on the last lap.
John Boy.
John Boy is he's going to be it. It's going to be John Boy.
Yeah, John Boy with a G, but it looks like Laney will have second place because
they all slide about, messing about.
Laney takes second place. Delory takes third because of the penalties that G got, and Dan got fifth. Be really interested to see if Dan did get that third place in the championship. We'll have to do some mathematics here, mate.
Sure.
So let me just see if I can
I'll let you do that. I'll let you do that, and I'll just give a rundown of where we were. So, with the win, it was John Boy, second in the championship. Laney was in second, Delory third. The only G with the penalty dropped back to fourth. Dan in fifth, also with a penalty, but there was no one close to him, so he didn't really make any difference. He ends up fifth. MeltedDazzer in sixth. Kurt V, tier 2 champion. Good showing from him in the Big Boy League. He put his Big Boy pants on and came up in here and ends up in 7th place. DeHuisRocker, or the House Rocker, to give him his proper name, is in 8th place. Vigla ended up in 9th. Nickthevilla in 10th, and that's all I can see on my screen because Mart is in charge of the buttons. Plenty of penalties, as you can see. The only G with a 6-second penalty again. Dan with a 5-second, but as I said, he was well in front anyway. Fastest. Who had the fastest lap? The G. No. John Boy Seems to be 102. No, Laney. Yes, 102.42. So that would be Laney with the fastest lap on that one. So have you done your maths? Do we know?
You'd have to confirm to me what the results were for the sprint, but basically based on that, Dan was around 20. It was 21. What was the results in
six for Dan and 8th for Luty, I think it was.
Well, then Dan's got 3rd place.
Okay, so it looks like we know the championship. The championship winner was the only G. We knew that coming into the thing. So congratulations to retaining that title. John Boy was 2nd place, so a good run from him and a good season from him actually. He manages to end up in 2nd place in the championship, and we believe, and we are just the commentators, so don't shoot us if we're wrong, that it's Unorthodox Dan who moves into 3rd place in the championship, just knocking Luty out of that 3rd place. So we believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Mark, some great racing again. Any final thoughts from you?
Yeah, final thoughts. First of all, thanks for having me in your commentary box over this season. It's been great to spend a few more races with you.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure to have you here, my friend.
Looking forward to next season, spending some more time with you in the commentary box. And yeah, it's been exciting, close racing, and today didn't disappoint. Congratulations to John Boy on getting the win in the feature, and congratulations on getting 2nd, and obviously, of course, congratulations to the G for retaining the championship. So yeah, loved it, mate. Thank you very much for having me.
And it's been a pleasure to have you here, Mark. It's I thoroughly enjoy commentating with you. We have some fun and we have some laughs. So I look forward to commentating with you again in the future. Let's do a bit of housekeeping. I'd like to say a big thank you to SilentxEnergy for sponsoring the Clio season. Those guys I've done some discounts for Motive as well, so go over to their website. You can get a 15%, I believe it is, discount with a Motive code. So thank you very much to SilentxEnergy. Thank you for all the admin team here at Motive and everything they do to put these events on. We thoroughly enjoy commentating and getting involved, so it takes a lot of organising to do all these championships. So big thanks to all the Motive boys, and big thank you to you guys out there who watch regularly, and those of you who just joined us. In fact, thank you ever so much for your company. We've thoroughly enjoyed reading your comments and you guys adding to the banter and backing us up on stuff. Thank you ever so much. Not much more for us to say, really. Big congratulations to the Only G. The new season is coming, round season 8. If you want to sign up and get involved, go over to motiveracing.com. You can sign up and get involved in all sorts of stuff. If you think that you can race, you think you can race well, join the Clios. If you think you could be a steward or a commentator, if you fancy mine or Mark's job, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. So sign up for it. We're always keen to have new people involved. So from me, from Mark, and all the Motive team, thank you ever so much for your company, and take care of yourselves. Good night. Thank you very much.
Good night.